Hi, everybody. I'm a little bit ahead of myself, aren't I? Hi. How we doing? Let me turn down the volume so we can have a proper chat. Hi, guys. Ooh, Sam's still up and about. How am I? I'm doing great. How are you? Hello, everybody. Hi. Let me say hi to everyone individually. Hi, Reeb or Rebby? The Watcher. Am I being watched by the Watcher? Hiya, Vala. Hiya, Eclipse. Hiya, Hamster. How you doing, my dude? Hiya, Snappities. Uther. Hello. Hi, Sam. Nini. Hi. And Karen. Hello. Hi, everybody. How are we feeling? It's like, okay, so I need to kind of stop starting streams with, hey, it's been a while, hasn't it? I'm going to be honest. I don't want this to continue. I don't want to only be streaming once a fortnight. I want to be streaming far more often and seeing you guys far more often. I'm going to try and get back into that. I promise for you guys. What we're doing today? We are doing some art today. So basically, I've been there's been a lot going on and I'll probably go on about it during the stream, but I've been kind of thinking about, right, okay, I haven't streamed in a minute. What can I start with? What can I kind of like start drawing? And I've had all these kind of like different ideas that I've been swirling about. I've been thinking about a Stardew Valley AU for the live series, which I'm enjoying that thought process and I want to share that with you guys. And I'll go back to school soon, and by the end of the week, you have to have a video podcast on. Ooh, that sounds like a lot of work, my dude. Have to leave the dentist soon. Oh, I hope that goes well, my dude. Dentists can be unpleasant, but I hope you have a good visit, good time. And last life SMP starts today. Vala, that sounds awesome, my dude. Hello. Hi, Mazzy. Hey, Katie, everyone, how are you doing today? I was colouring a work in progress wallpaper for your iPad in Procreate. It's still a bit new to it, but you're enjoying the beginning of Procreate user experience. Been since May, but still trying to transition from what you've been used to drawing on, which was your phone for months. Wow. Well, respect that you were drawing on your phone. Procreate, I find, is fairly all right to learn. So, like, enjoy the process of learning, because Procreate is a fun program to learn. But you'll get it soon. You'll get it very, very soon. You've seen someone do art for a Stardew Valley AU of Hermitcraft live series. I want to go into that. I need to kind of gather my thoughts on it, and I haven't had the time to yet. But that's something that I also want to... I have ideas, guys. There's stuff that I want to do. But what we're doing today is we are going to be drawing some animatic frames. And we'll see how far we get on them. It might just be sketches, might just be like composition sketches, we'll see if we want to do a couple, like start a couple, or if we want to do one from start to finish. I don't know. We'll see how we feel. Your second stream, well, welcome, my dude. Happy to catch this one. How lovely to have you here, my dude. Would the player be interacting with lifers, or would lifers be interacting with each other before Farmer gets to the valley? Ooh. So I've had a couple ideas, and basically my ideas so far have kind of just been like, okay, what villager in Stardew Valley would this life series character be, kind of? That's kind of what's been floating about in my head. But that is an interesting question, I'm gonna be honest. I'm just gonna sip the rest of I got a little coffee here. It's 6 p.m. I have coffee, but that's fine because, you know. What is aspect ratio? What does it mean? What edit is that? Gonna keep playing like this? Well, if it brings you joy. The size of the application. Oh. Hi, Beamy. How you doing, my dude? Wait, what is that little emote next to you? Raging Wolf film. What? Where'd you get that from, my dude? That's brand new. I haven't seen that one yet. And let's go. Hi. Thanks for resetting, my dude. 13 months. I appreciate all the support. Very, very small on your screen. My gosh. Yeah, I haven't had too much thoughts on the Stardew Valley AU, but I'll go more into it maybe another time. Had breakfast at 12 p.m. You can have breakfast at 12 p.m. It's from watching Elden Ring streams when the new DLC came out. It's definitely very cool. Raging Wolf. I don't see the Raging Wolf. Hold on. Maybe I'm looking at it too small. Can't see it much bigger there. To me, it looks like a sheep. But it might just be because I have a sheep name in front of me. I see like goat horns and then like white hair tufting outside. It looks like a helmet. And then you have like the goat horns coming out of the helmet and like a tuft of white hair coming out the bottom. Does everyone else see that? Just me? Anyway. I've just finished my coffee. Yes, it's a helmet. All right. Well, it is it's okay. It's a raging wolf helmet, but I don't see the wolf. Oh well. I finished my coffee and my coffee had a little bit of vanilla ice cream in it, so it was no. Anyway. There's goat horns of hair. I still don't see it. Oh my gosh. Screen is higher than it's wide. Oh, okay. Bye, Uther. Have a wonderful rest of your day, my dude. So, since it is tasty, that was a very tasty coffee. It was a very last minute thing. I'm like, I'm gonna be here soon. Things just called wolf helm, not looking like a wolf. Oh, okay. There is no wolf. Okay, well. I am disappointed. Why call it wolf helm? Why not call it sheep helm? Or goat helm. Looks like goat. Hi Sim, how you doing? Starting a art podcast talking about the visual art community, taking with online artists about certain topics, and getting to know them. You're looking for guests to be on. Still getting started. I'm going to be a guest on your podcast. Artist Path Podcast is the name, by the way. Hey, Mazzy, are you? Maybe we'll have a look at it. Maybe. Sounds like a cool project. Maybe we could look at it. Do you have Discord? Otherwise, send me a join the community Discord, and I'll get in touch potentially. That sounds nice. That sounds cool. I'm on the starting screen. My starting screen is lovely. Oh, thank you. Why didn't your message send earlier? Huh, I don't know. There we go. Yeah, there's the Discord. Thank you, peeps, for helping. Should we get to drawing? Oh, well, let's not get to drawing just yet, but we'll get to doing something else. You're in Sir on your phone. At me on the Discord, Mazzy, on the public Discord, so I can be reminded of stuff. And we'll chat. Sounds like fun. Hi, YouTuber. Hello. Be lurking while you tackle some AMV projects while you have fun with that. Jinx, baby. Oh, dear. Zim is just slightly quicker in typing. Righty-ho, then. What I'm going to do, I'm kind of confused because I see the chat on two screens and I don't usually see this. Yeah, at me. So I see the message. At me anywhere you wish. Probably in general. Just poke. Just do a little poke so I remember to click after stream. We're gonna pop along here. What's my favourite animatic I've made? Battle Cry. I feel like I peaked in Battle Cry. Battle Cry still holds up to be one of my favourite projects ever done. We're gonna pop over to here, which is my iPad. Oh my gosh, spoilers. No. I have a couple of things to talk to you guys about because I've been kind of going through stuff. Hiya, Mighty Fire. Welcome, my dude. Thank you so much for following. I've been going through some things. And you might see here, this is Eleanor Rigby's Secret Life. Oh, what does this mean? Well, if you were here for the animatic after party until the bitter end, Battle Cry is probably your favourite too? Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it? Just such a good song, such good storytelling to it as well. If I'm allowed to toot my own horn, it's so good to... You're about to tap me? Do it, my dude. I won't, I'll look at it after stream. I'll look at it after stream. Just so that I don't forget. Basically, right. Cool. Anyway. So, I have many things. In case you didn't know my current projects. Who are you really? Well, that's an old one. In case you don't know my current projects, I Feed the Machine, which was the Secret Life animatic that I did just over a month ago, was the animatic to Secret Life that I did, which only encompassed the first few, I think the first 6. Feed the Machine? That's current. The first 6 sessions of Secret Life is all that encompassed, and the whole original idea for that is that I was going to, actually this is not working, I can't look at 2 different screens for chat, I'm going to look at one screen and I'm going to point over there. I am on a new setup. Also, I was in the closet before, and now I'm out of the closet, which has no other meaning. Basically, it got too hot in the closet, so I'm out now. Which, feel free to quote that. That sounds like a fun quote. No, I'm sorry about if the audio quality isn't as good. The closet was definitely the best for audio quality, but hooray, Katie out the closet. Yeah, we were suffering on audio quality, but at least I'm not dying of heat stroke. Literally out the closet. Yeah, my stream setup was kind of in a closet before, because audio, we like good audio. But hi, Flying Duck. Thank you so much for following, my dude. Welcome, welcome. But yes, that's I was dying. It was too hot. It was like 35 degrees in there. It was not working, and that was another reason why I couldn't stream for a while. Closet, yeah. But yes, I am physically no longer in streaming from a closet, and that's just gonna be the detriment of some audio quality. But it's just for another couple of months, and then I need to change my setup anyway. So I hope you guys can bear with me. Anyway, so I was gonna do a second animatic to Secret Life. Try not to get heat stroke while streaming, yeah. Because there was a legitimate danger of that, and that's why I couldn't stream for a while. And I thought, you know what? This is not worth it. I'm moving the setup outside. Audio setup be damned. But yes, this is my closet, the streaming cave. It's similar. It's pretty much what it is. But yeah, I wanted to do Secret Life Part 2 animatic. And because Secret Life Part 1, Feed the Machine, took so long, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it. And if you need more information, like read the description of the Feed the Machine animatic. But back then, I wasn't sure. I didn't know 100%. Don't notice the difference, whatever works. You probably will when you hear like the two different streams next to each other, because I blatantly very badly hear the audio difference, and I'm like, cringe. But that's just the way it is. At least I can stream and not be very, very hot. I was going to do his Part 2 Secret Life, and I started on a Part 2 of Secret Life, and honestly, I have no fear on showing you guys all the spoilerage if you want. I'd be happy to spoiler you completely, my guys, because I have decided to get to a certain point in this animatic, then I'm going to edit it, and I'm going to upload it. It's not going to be finished. Not going to be finished. Bet. Bet. So I've planned out, look at like all the notes on this animatic. I've planned out most of it. Apparently this part wasn't planned out. Maybe it was kind of. But I'm only going to do it, only quote unquote, going to do it to page 5 of 7 of my notes, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna do it to this part. Look at all the lonely people. If you don't know Eleanor Rigby, I'm doing it to a kind of orchestral cover. Do I have it? Do I have it on Spotify right now? Because maybe we could just like give you guys a little introduction to the song that I'm using, the cover that I'm using. Let's see. I can't find the playlist where it's on. There it is. Let's just switch off this music. And so it's kind of like it's an orchestral cover by Cinematic Pop Adam Payne on Spotify, and it kind of like starts out very. It's kind of like a build, and then you got the look at all the lonely people at the start. And then it just kind of builds up to. Oh, we're almost there. So yeah, we got to build up very, very orchestral cover. That's what we're doing it to. Can't notice the difference in audio. Was I in the closet for no reason? Man. The amount of angst you can do with this. Oh, the angst that we're definitely going to do. Hi, you crispy autumn leaves. That is a lovely name. Welcome, my dude. Hello. And we're going to be doing it to that. Do I have any plans for real life? Nope. real life was not canon for me, and I don't think it was worth it. It's definitely not worth it, like making anything to it at all. I enjoyed watching it, but yeah, these kind of things are passion projects that take a lot of time, so I wouldn't be doing that. So yeah, Eleanor Rigby, that's what we're doing, or we were going to do, and I'm only going to get to the part of like the chorus. Wait, yeah. So we've kind of got the build up with the first verse, and then we got the chorus, and I'm gonna do it until the chorus. So look at all the lonely people. I start way too low, and there are some scenes in this, because like this entire first stream. Well, welcome, my dude. Hiya, cows. There are some scenes in this that I'm not gonna be drawing. Simple as that. Like scenes end carnage. Murder camel. I shan't be drawing murder camel. I'm kind of sad about that, to be honest, but I don't necessarily need to draw another camel, to be fair. Drawing that first camel was a pain. But Impulse and... I was going to say Skiz. Imp and Scott sacrificing themselves for Gem. Not the murder camel. But there are some scenes here that I'm not going to be drawing. Like, actually, most of these scenes I'm not going to be drawing that I have in like my notes here on these last few pages. In case you're curious, I have drawn up until here. So, I'm not going to go through, I'm not going to look at like these notes in detail, but I've got this part and I've got this part, and I've drawn finished drawings as well, like finished 100%, ready to be edited up until this point. No, that's a lie. Up until this point. There we go. So, not drawing at all? Well, that's the point of this stream, kind of. The thing is, there are some of these scenes here where I was actually kind of excited to draw them. And I had like this composition in my head. That's why we need to keep our limbs on the camel. Keep your arms and legs inside the camel. Evelyn, thank you so much for following, my dude. Appreciate it. It's lovely to have you here. There are some moments where I kind of had a really, really cool idea, and I like the idea, so I'm gonna do it inside the camel. Yeah, that was this scene. That was literally the moment, or that this is one is depicting is Lizzie asking inside the camel. Like, excuse me? What do you mean inside the camel? But yes. So there are some scenes that I do still want to draw. Are you sure you mean that? Oh, we love Scar, don't we? And there are a couple. I have a couple that I need your help. I need your guys' help in deciding which ones we're gonna start out with. I don't know if I'll do them all. I don't know if I'll finish them all. If I'll do one. Secret Life might have been most not PG of them. Yeah, exactly, absolutely. And that's even without Sausage joining the live series. So there you have it. Oh my gosh, imagine Sausage and Scar teaming up. If Sausage ever were to join the live series, which I think he'd be a fantastic fit. Like, I've always said Sausage would be great for the live series. But imagine Scar and Sausage teaming up. That would be fantastic. Anyway, that just tickled my brain a little bit. So there are some scenes that I need your help deciding which ones we're going to do today. So let's see. We had the doggy lines, right? Scar ignored the series supposed to be PG. Thing is, right, I don't think Scar does it on purpose. I don't think he's very conscious about, like, I'm going to make a rude joke now. But yeah. Love it when it comes out like that. Don't put that in my mouth. So in case you need reminding, the doggy alliance was Pearl and Cleo. And they kind of like had a really dramatic breakup in one of the sessions. 4 ads in a row, man. My gosh. So Pearl and Cleo had like this really, really flimsy alliance, but they had this dramatic breakup where they drew a line of fire in between them. And come on, when you've got two people either side of a line of fire, that can be a real dramatic shot, can't it? That could be such a dramatic shot. So I've got that one as an option. So the Doggy Alliance breakup is the kind of the notes. And, you know, it gives us an excuse to draw some fire. And we like any excuse to draw some fire. Another one is Jimmy is a ghost. And kind of like I was gonna pair this to Eleanor Rigby died in a church and was buried along with her name. Nobody came. So I kind of wanted to refer that to Jimmy kind of being Green's little canary on his shoulder. Don't really like fire? 50-50 for you? Is it a case of like looking at fire is cool but touching it is not cool? Because I definitely agree. Would Ghost Jimmy be a human or a birdie? Well guys, can I give you guys a little spoiler? Can I give you guys a little tiny little spoiler? Would Jimmy be a human ghost or a bird? Look, there he is. No, but in the scene that I'm talking about, he would be a human ghost, to be fair. I kind of like the idea of, this is just a little reference. Oh, absolutely, I agree, hamster. Silly little guy, yeah. So that's just a little capture card of a scene that is already finished. That I'm actually really happy with. That took forever on this scene. What? I'm third. Oh, I need to rewatch that. There have been so many great animatics that came out of that, and oh my gosh, that's just brought me back. I've gotten distracted by a different frame. Okay. What scene is that? Jimmy being like the ghost, or like, what was the task? Like, Green had to do everything that Jimmy said, something like that, but Jimmy was kind of in spectator mode following Green around, and only Green could hear Jimmy. So basically I want to make, you know, turn that into drama, because in the episode he was just, you know, following Green around, making him do all sorts of silly little things. But what I want to obviously turn this into a bit of, you know, angst. Hey Jester, how are you doing? As we do, because we like angst around here. And I think I like the idea of, especially if you go along the thought process of Green is involved or was involved in the Watchers, or is kind of like the reason that the games, that the Life series exist. You're doing good. That's good to hear, my dude. I'm also doing good. I'm excited to do some drawing soon, but we've got to decide on what we want to draw first. But I like the idea of Green kind of being involved in the reason why the Life series exists. And by proxy then, he's the reason that Jimmy always dies first. So I can imagine that there's some guilt in there from Green, especially because Green was kind of like, Jimmy's dead. He mourned Jimmy a lot at the end of when Jimmy was lost. More than Mumbo, funnily enough, you know, his BF. But yes, I like the idea of Green feeling like a bit of guilt in there. So imagine, because there was this whole like enchanting table fiasco. Again, this is scenes that I wrote these notes a long time ago, probably half a year ago at this point. So I don't have it as present in my brain, and I'm guessing you guys probably don't either. But Green was enchanting some things when Jimmy was kind of forcing him to do silly little things. And so I'm imagining Green at an enchanting table, and he's alone in the room, but then like just this ghostly figure taps on his shoulder, and Green turns around and there's no one there. That's kind of my thought. Or, you know, just have a scene of Green standing, you know, that's multiple drawings, right? But have a scene of Green standing over a crafting table and Jimmy's kind of floating above him. Also fun. Oh, breaking all the books in the Atelier. That's the moment I'm talking about. Yeah, that's the moment. But yeah, this was a collection of scenes, because the whole, a very big theme of this animatic is all the lonely people. Loneliness is going to be a very big theme in this animatic. So yeah. Secret Life over 6 months ago. Dude, Secret Life was almost a year ago. Let that sink in. Secret Life started, what, November? October? It's August. 9 months ago. Secret Life was long finished over 6 months ago. I'm sorry to break it to you guys. Secret Life, I was just kind of like scrolling through streams that we had around that time, and I was talking about Secret Life back in November. You know, that's the way it is. Ask you his favorite character from the Mario series. New animatic? Not for finishing this animatic. I talked about it earlier in the stream. You'll have to watch it back in the mod, but this is going to be an unfinished animatic. So which is why we're doing frames that we're doing now. So yeah, that's the second option of Jimmy's hand reaching out to Green as ghost form. So yeah, that's another option. I've got them highlighted in like purple, the ones that I wanna do. And okay, so. Do you guys remember how Tango lost his final life? Do you guys remember how that happened? Because think of this. I don't know if you can read my writing there, but I kind of want to reveal this like this. He was yeeted off of the world by Scar. He fell while chasing Scar. Well, Scar pushed him off. Or, you know, he spleefed him, I think. That was it. Imagine this. Scar. Good times with Scar. Well, everyone calls him Scar. Is there another character in, you know, maybe some animated film also bearing the name Scar? Oh, you're thinking of Goodbye Tango. Yes. Is there any other kind of character? The Lion King. Yes. I'm thinking. You know when Mufasa falls to his doom. Long live the king! Ever let you are on my way, blank. So you Kotora. Yes. Long live the king. literally taking a screen grab of that frame and inserting Tango and Scar. So you know, watch The Lion King. You should. But yes. And Scar is the Disney fanatic, yes. So yeah, that is a frame that I really want to do. What's Lion King? Hamster? Get out. Just kidding. Go watch Lion King. It's a Disney animated film that's turning 40, I think. 30, 40? Came out 30, 40 years ago. Very, very good. It's like one of my favorite films. Was my favorite film as a kid. Hydrate. Thank you. I hydrate. I've got new headphones and they are falling off constantly. Never seen Lion King? Haven't seen much Disney? If I definitely recommend watching The Lion King. Like there's definitely, you don't need to watch all of the Disney films, but The Lion King is iconic. 90s, so 30 years ago. Oh, it has been 30 years, yeah, because I thought there was some sort of, I saw that there was some sort of 30-year special. I think they're releasing another film coming out. What's Disney? Hamster. I don't believe that you've been living in such a hole. 21 ended so fast, and 23 New Year's wait again. What the fire dimension is happening? I do feel like since COVID, time has zoomed, but that might just be a product of getting older. What is salt? What's animation? What is... I don't know how to make this more broader. What is entertainment? What is that? Yeah, but Google these names. Google these names and you find it. What's paper and pen? What salt is? It's like a salty thing. Ah, Sam, thank you for the clarification. What is there for? Yes. Right. So that's another one. What are things? I don't know. What are things? Who are we? Nouns are things. Oh, good to know. Good to know. So yeah, long live the king. is definitely on my list of I really want to draw that. And then the final. So think about this as the final scene, and I'm gonna open up. I'm gonna open up this song again. So listen to this final bit of the song of Eleanor Rigby, and this was going to be the finale. And imagine Scar is like on a murder spree in the last, because he kind of was on a murder spree in the last like chorus running. And he's just, he's killing Cleo, saying goodbye, mum. He's long living the kinging tango. He's doing all sorts. And then you kind of come to him like in the frenzy, then going to kill Pearl. And then Pearl just smiles at him because she doesn't put up a fight. Pearl smiles at him, disappears. Scar's confused, turns around, the secret keeper's looming above him. And then behind Scar, who's silhouetted at this point because he's looking up at the secret keeper, behind him, 4 lightning strikes land in different colours, and they are the colours of the previous winners. Yellow, so like similar to, it's like a callback to that's a spoiler collection. So like in the colours of, in these 4 colours, 4 lightning strikes. Hi Chris, hello my dude, welcome, lovely to have you here, welcome to chat. So it'll be in the colour like yellow, red, blue and green, probably in the it would be in the, what's it called, in chronological order as well. So it'd be like yellow, blue, red, green, lightning strikes behind Scar, silhouetting him in these lights. And then maybe his silhouette turns into a stained glass window. And it would be kind of like, it would be, so a Scar in the center, right? It would be kind of a stained glass window that arches up like that. And this is where Simon's gonna really, really be angry at me because I'm not doing this in an architecturally correct way. But so it would kind of be like Scar in the middle here, and then Green and Pearl and Scott and Martin. And that would be the end. That would have been the end title. So, and just think of like with the final beats at the end, like bam, 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 bam is like lightning strikes. So imagine that with this in the background. And I'm just going to like, because I have all this written down kind of as not only, why is Pearl before Scott? Because colour. We like colour. Is it going to be Impulse cameo? Impulse is actually already in this animatic. He gets a frame all to himself. But yes, so listen to the end of this song. And imagine what I just told you, like Scar in a murder spree, just about to kill Pearl. Pearl disappears, secret keeper behind him, Scar's one, lightning, 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 stained glass window. Eleanor Rigby's the song. I hear those horns of lightning strikes. There you go. And so there. Where's your Mumbo scene? There's going to be no Mumbo, and there's going to be no Lizzie. So yeah, that was kind of like the end of the animatic Impulse cameo. Definitely go and listen to the whole song on your own. Like I said, it's Eleanor Rigby. It's a cinematic orchestral cover by Cinematic Pop and Adam Payne with a Y. Do we get a Skiz cameo? Not yet. Annoyingly enough. Not yet. Oh no, there will be. I haven't drawn it yet, but there will be. And if you want to have your Impulse cameo, hold on. If you want to have your Impulse cameo, you can. Let me just switch on the music again, because otherwise I'm going to feel like I'm talking to myself, which I am, kind of, but you know. Let's see. If you wanna see your little Impulse cameo, and pay attention to his eye color, there's your Impulse cameo. There he is. And I haven't drawn the Skiz cameo yet, but it is on the to-do list. It's on like one of the 3 final frames that I'm gonna do. My boy, my boy. How long do I plan to be live? I don't know. It's as long as we feel like. Boogie balls. Can you write down the title? I shall do. Can I, hold on, is this gonna work? Can I click on it like this? Can I do clicky clicky and then can I do... No, I cannot. Oh. That's the song, and it's by the authors on, at least it says, that's what it says on Spotify. Words. I can't speak and type at the same time, but this is what it says under the artists. Oop, there you go. I volunteer as tribute to be a horse. Yeah, that's literally what this frame is. That's what this frame is. I volunteer tribute. Yes. So, do we need a repeat of the stuff? You found it? Awesome. Go have a listen to that. That's the whole song. So we have kind of like 4 options, right? We have 4 options. We have the Doggy Alliance breakup, which is just a beautiful excuse to draw some fire. And then we have Jimmy reaching out to Green, which I just like the image and the angst that that image has to with each other. We have Long Live the King, Tango and Scar. You know, Scar being actual Scar and Tango being hydrate. And Tango being Mufasa. Are we gonna try for a... Someone type in chat quickly. No, thank you, Jester. Do we need a fire count for all my... Ooh, that would be fun. A fire count would be fun. So how many hydrates we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hydrates. I'll hydrate 12 times, that's fine. $13 times? 15, 16? 8, 9. Ah! This is almost as bad as a chug. This is all the hydrates. In case you're new here, what they're trying to do is, they are trying to get me to chug my entire bottle, because if we have 10 hydrates in a row without a chat message interruption, hydrate or die straight. Oh my gosh, hydrate or die straight, I must chug. My thought, if we get 10 hydrates in a row without a chat message interruption, I have to chug my whole bottle. But I feel like I've had so many hydrates that I've almost done that. You don't see a bearded ether and B-dubs being granddaddy of the server on the list? No, it's not, Koala. Because we kind of dipped our toes into that on the last Doodle stream, and I thought, nah. Ooh. My tummy gurgles now after all those hydrates. Almost as bad. Ugh. Any Ethos dishwasher? Ethos dishwasher? Oh wait. Yes, there is Ethos dishwasher. If you're talking about, so hold on. Are we talking about the magma cube? Ethos dishwasher? This is also something that I need to show you guys, because otherwise it's not going to be visible. Because there's literally a big fat ether in the way. I'm not saying that, but ether is basically just covering this part of the frame, and it annoys me because I took so much time with it. So we have a bookshelf. I just wanted to doodle a bookshelf. I wanted to draw a bookshelf, and on this bookshelf we have a whole bunch. No, I didn't mean that. And I just decided I wanted to draw a bookshelf full of like references. It's really clothed in darkness. Hold on, let's see if I can maybe make this less dark. There we go. I've removed the shading so we can see it better. So it's just full of like references from Secret Life. So we have obviously a wither skull from Dangers. We have a purple scroll, which is, you know, probably a, you know, a scroll that meant a lot to stuff. And my headcanon is that this particular scroll, which is a secret, which, you know, a wrapped up secret, is the scroll that Pearl had, which was the hot potato. The hot potato that she gave Etho, which made Etho have to do the hard task of getting the warden to the surface. The frame is no longer dark. Why in the flip are there fireworks going off? That's not cool. Hello Deluxe, welcome, my dude. Lovely to have you here. Who left their secret task on the bookshelf again? But this is also like an ode to, because this is Grian, Cleo, and Etho's base. This is an ode to Grian destroying all the bookshelves and having to replace them. That's also kind of the reference. But so yeah, we have Pearl's task that she gave to Etho, which meant that Etho had to do the wither. We have, this is Etho's dishwasher. It's magma cream. Because Etho's dishwasher didn't survive. But all we have left to remember Etho's dishwasher is his magma cream. There he is. It's small. just the sad face scrolling over the screen, kind of looking at the magma cream. Oh, that tickled me. Obviously we have a clock because B-Dubs is resident in their base. He's there all the time. We have TNT because, again, this is an Etho and Green base. There would not be not be TNT there. They just bounced. I love the emo all. We have the aha spyglass that Etho used to try and kind of reference old. They gave me a clock. Yeah, exactly. The aha spyglass that Etho used to kind of reference old series. And the Nether Star from the previous animatic, but also, what did Etho call it? I don't know. What did Etho call it? Aha! And we have Cleo's fishing rod that they had to sit on the pig with in the second session, so yes. Ah yes, the best place to store magical item born from the ashes of the most deadly being. Right next to a bit of TNT and a spyglass. Yes. I know Ether didn't say aha first, but something else. Did he say like yippee? I don't know. I can't remember. But I that kind of distantly registers in my brain as something he did. Need to watch more POVs because you have no idea what's going on. A lot of people only watch a couple, but that's what a lot of people that make you jump. Oh man, yep. But just as like a reference, because reasons. Literally, this frame has Etho hovering over an enchantment table and this entire bookshelf is covered. The entire bookshelf gone. What's the reason? What's the reason for me doing that? There's literally no reason. Look, there's shrouded in darkness. But, oh my gosh, it's Kakashi. It's Canadian Kakashi. Do you see the Canadian flag? You wouldn't be the first to say that ever let out. There are so many people that I don't watch the live series that have seen the animatic in my like IRL circle. And I'm like, why is Kakashi there? I'm like, no. But yes, I just had fun doodling this bookshelf. I spent about a week on this frame. Do I show the whole frame? I could totally, yeah, you know what, at this point I've pretty much shown most of the frame. So you have this as well, this little sign up here says B-Dub's room because this is their enchanting room. I took a screenshot of the actual Minecraft room. The roomies, yeah they are. So the whole concept of the animatic is before this, we were kind of like watching boogies become boogies, or the boogeymen, and these are the guys, they are gearing up to fight the boogie apocalypse. Cleo's standing guard, the boys are getting geared up, because they are the only ones, they are the survivors so far. Not the only ones, but they are some of the survivors so far. It's Canadian Kakashi, exactly. Thank you so much for following Deluxe Art, lovely to have you here, my dude. The grindstone. I just wanted to kind of like to show that these guys are busy. Cleo's making sure no one sneaks up on them. The sparks. Ah, thank you. And this is where the little canary was, because Green has a canary on his shoulder. Yep, that's a canary on Green's shoulder. I'm glad you noticed, because there's just so many details in this frame. This frame took me, maybe a month actually, because everything before this, all the frames before this frame, I drew within a week. And this took me probably 2 weeks actually. This, because it hasn't been a month since. No, I was in the UK a month ago. No, all the frames before this frame took me a week to do, and this one took like 2 weeks because I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to sink my teeth into details. Out of all the people who died, who do you miss the most? Yeah, that's also kind of like this moment, but kind of a little bit more serious. But yes, this is. Again, I am not really holding back. I am having a good time. Oh, it's gotta be Mumbo, right? I'm not really holding back from all the spoilers. But yes. I'm just trying to think. Is there anything else I want to show you guys right now? I don't think so. I don't think so. So, guys, we've been live for 50 minutes. We haven't drawn yet. Which scene we gonna do? As a reminder, we have the Doggy Alliance breakup, a wonderful excuse to draw fire. We have Jimmy and Green, Jimmy being a ghost angst of Jimmy like reaching out to Green, and Green feeling the guilt of Jimmy dying. We have that moment. Although at least the other moments. And then we have the Long Live the King, Tango and Scar moment, and we have Scar being silhouetted by 4 lightning strikes, and then the stained glass window. So, what a bad! Such a good moment. That honestly, Jimmy's such a good comedian. Tango's final death would be fire. Funnily enough, there wouldn't be a lot of fire in that final death. You vote fire? Shall I make a poll? Should we do a poll? Maybe make a poll out of this. That'd make stuff easier. Poll. How do you make a poll? I can manage poll, but how do I make poll? How to make poll? I can. Guys, there have been so many. Like, there have been so many updates, and this has also been a reason why I've been intimidated to stream for the past couple of weeks, because /poll, can I? Manage prediction. Start prediction. Ah, cool. Okay. I'm gonna quickly move my microphone and I'll just move my iPad to the side. Microphone should work. So, what draw? So specific. Outcome 1. You figured out how to make it 2. I kind of assumed that you'd get that before I would, Zim, but I think I'll do it this time with knowing which kind of frames we're looking at. Go Alliance breakup. In brackets fire. Oh. I'm just gonna write Doggo Alliance fire, because otherwise that would be too long. Long live the king. You guys know what these mean, right? Jimmy Ghost. We have Scar Winds and Lightning. And we have Stained Glass Scar. And we'll give it 1 minute to do the prediction stuff. Got it. Right. Did it work? Wait. Did it work? Can you guys see it? I can't see it. Is my setup worse than EFO's? Probably. That's not a poll, is it a prediction? It's a prediction. Hold on. Zip! Help! Can you make a poll? Yes, please. Thank you, Mod. Oh, that's so bad. Oh, did you guys have to bet your points for this? Don't do any kind of thing. Don't do any. Oh, I'm gonna leave. No, maybe Zim needs to know things. Don't do any voting because you might actually accidentally bet some points. I don't want you to have to do that. I can refund the prediction. Cool. That's okay. No, hi Hawk. We have cursed. We have cursed moments. How you doing, Hawk? We have been streaming for almost an hour, and I have yet to decide what we're doing. Oh. Man, I'm such delete and return points. Right, we can do that. Cool. Zim. Need you be multitasking? We love that. Well, we're gonna have Zim save us here with poll. Thank you. Wait, predictions? Wait, manage poll. Manage predictions. Oh. Okay. Thank you, Zim. Thank you so much. We have the poll up. What we doing? Ooh, interesting. Oh, seems to be between. Oh, now 3 options. Oh, no one's going for the end part with Scar's Lightning. Thank you so much, Zim. What would I do without you? Oh. How much time does it have? Oh, probably like a minute, right? So it seems to be... Oh, my iPad switched off. Hello. It seems to be that there's not going to be much else happening. Seems we have Green and Jimmy's ghost. Interesting. That really interests me because actually I don't have an exact composition in mind for that one. You've reached 2 years. Hawk, let's go. Thank you so much for the resub, my dude. Thank you. I appreciate it. 2 years. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you. Green and Jimmy's ghost. Right. That's the frame that we're doing. That's the frame. Woo, new scroll. Yeah, we got a new person into scrolls. Let's go. So that's the frame that we're drawing. Awesome. We'll get to it. I'm not going to go too much detail on the background on this, but I kind of have an image in mind. Let's get to it. We are finally deciding what to draw. Let's go. Oh man, that took so long. But that's fine. We had to catch up a bit first, didn't we? Okay. Let's go. Let's see. This is one of the first times that we are actually doing a frame from start to finish. Now it's time to procrastinate drawing it for another hour. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, that actually could happen. I'm gonna be honest. So, yeah, let's see. What kind of composition are we thinking? So initially, like first thought on how I'm thinking this could work is you have Green kind of down, kind of leaning down over his enchanting table, right? So we've got a book here. And Green's kind of like slouched over it. Which means that would have to be lower. Kind of have to have his looking down. Gonna lurk, have fun drawing? You enjoy the lurk, my dude. So he's looking down. And he's kind of like slouched. He's sad. His friends aren't around. It's just him in like a dark cave. And he's maybe holding something. I kind of want to have more of a slouch there. We'll figure that in a sec. And then you have Jimmy kind of floating over him as a ghost. Ooh, ghosty. Now the question is, do we try and commit this entire... Could be he's holding an axe, chop chop, could be. Potentially. We'll have to figure out Act's perspective. Boop, 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 boop. Almost 3 a.m. Unfortunate time for Big King to draw. Good night, my dude. Hope you sleep well. Thanks for hanging out the time you were. So let's see. I imagine he's holding the axe like there. Not hugely. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Don't let the boogies bite. Oh yes, the boogeyman. So what are we thinking there? Are we thinking? And part of me is wondering, like this side perspective, right? It's a fairly simple. Feels like a fairly simple composition, right? So we could really work with lighting and color here. And have some dramatic lighting. So think loneliness is conveyed through darkness. You can convey loneliness through darkness and like the flickering flame of very little light. So obviously there's going to be purple light coming from the enchanter that could be casting light on green here. And then what we could also have is kind of like some light coming in from, I'm imagining like there's a staircase here. And that's kind of casting light on green, like a warmer light, which is where Jimmy's coming from. Do ghosts have low light level? Potentially. Maybe they give off as much light as lichen does or something, I don't know. But you could have like a warmer light and kind of Jimmy merging with the light there. And then I'm thinking of going with the same design of Jimmy's ghost as I do with other ghosts. So similar to Ren here, only slightly less corporeal. Hold on. When was the last time I drew a ghost? I'm a ghost. Now you see me, now you don't. I'm a ghost. Every time I hit the phone. I'm a ghost. La da da da. La da 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 da. I can't find ghosts. Now you see me, now you don't. La da da da. I'm looking for the family. There they are. So kind of like similar style to how I did these guys, right? Good song? Definitely a good song. I wanted to do a Phasmo animatic to that before. I wanted to do a Phasmo animatic to that song. And I still might. Gigs Phasmo. I still might do that. I actually have the notes. It's all already planned out. Anyway. La da da da. So that's the style I'm gonna go for with Jimmy. But here's my thought. Here's a thought. Do we have this be one image? Or do we think we could tell the story better in 2? Because this is my thought. Sure, we could have it in one image here. Or we could have just Green's like face and shoulder. And then have like Jimmy kind of tip his shoulder. Fantastic hand, I know. Boop. And then we have another frame. And this is often how this is literally how I plan animatics. This is I've had it in writing already. And then maybe have what we could do is also have like an image of Green reacting, kind of like looking up briefly. Two frames would definitely give it more life, yeah. And then so he looks up briefly, and then it's the image of. Ooh. And then you kind of zoom out to where we'd be looking from from Jimmy's perspective. And he's kind of looking behind him. So this would be kind of be 2.5 frames, where there'd be very, very slight change in 1 and 2 frames. So in theory, it would be 3 frames, but Boop. Kind of like, so he's kind of like turning. Still awful posture. But it's kind, I want it to be far smaller. Reminiscent of Bigby's back rooms, actually. I almost said Digby. Reminiscent of Bigby's back rooms, kind of like him very small in the frame. And kind of like the entrance showing, or reminiscent of Lizzie's, what's it called? Lizzie's birthday party, when you kind of look into the room. You kind of have the enchanting table there, maybe some lanterns hanging. But I want to keep it very simple. Do we change it? Do we even change the perspective? Will we have enough context from just the small shoulder tap? So I'm thinking the way this would work is you have this image, and then you have Jimmy tapping his shoulder coming in, and then Grian looks up in like surprise, and then looks behind him, and you kind of zoom out, like Grian's, Jimmy's gone away. And if I really want to be awful to myself, have a canary feather. Yeah, there's no one there. Exactly. Could have a canary feather kind of floating out. To really kind of illustrate that. Because if you just have Jimmy's arm, it'll probably be tricky to understand that's Jimmy. Right? And I still very much, despite the canary feather swirling around Lizzie in the previous animatic, I still very much connect the canary feather with Jimmy. Yeah, I think we can do it like that. So he's kind of looking back. Okay, so do we do the proper drawing now? Yeah, show a little. I mean, that's kind of like the idea. It's kind of like I show the sleeve of his jacket like there. Oh yeah, I'm not animating another canary feather. In fact, I might just like insert an image of the canary feather and just have it kind of move slightly. Maybe like have it kind of look like it's moving towards the camera. But yeah, not drawing multiple. I've actually got like the image of a canary feather that I want to reuse a lot in this animatic, and I'm thinking I'm just going to reuse the drawings that I have of the previous canary feather animations I did. So what I'm going to do, and I often do this, so I'm going to resize this to get like a full image of Grian. It's like his full head. And then the proportions will probably be better. Let's get some better proportions in here. Doesn't need to be too perfect. And then, because I like the idea of him kind of being shrouded in purple here from the enchantment table, and have it float down. Would that be easier? Absolutely. It's probably what I'm thinking of doing instead of animating the canary feather. Yes. Wait, was that from before? I thought the chat. Okay, ignore me. I said nothing. For some reason, I thought I saw the chat ping up. I'm just acknowledging the same message as I saw before. Right. And so yeah, this is literally the beginning process of making an animatic frame. I don't think I've ever kind of shown this part of the process yet. I don't know, Deluxa. I don't know what I'm thinking. What I'm seeing. I'm seeing things, obviously. I don't want his arm poking out that far, I don't think, because that's too little apathy. I want to show like he's very apathetic, yeah. Too much apathy, too little apathy. Earth to Katie? I don't know, Kaz. I don't know, Kaz. I don't know what's going on. And then it like kind of, because he's leaning over. I don't like the idea that his arm just kind of goes off screen there, though. You were crazy once. Going crazy is fun, sanity's boring. I feel that. Is there significance of Grian holding an axe? Someone suggested he's holding an axe. Is there a reason for that? Because I can't quite remember. Because he could be kind of like looking at the shine of an axe. So you could chop the bookshelves. Is there anything more significant that Green could be holding to? That he could be he could be holding if he's like something that he's enchanting while this is happening. His task paper? Ooh! We do that. Simon, I love that idea. That is such a good idea because Jimmy's part of his task. Dude, this is it. This is the idea. I love it. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Hold on. Hand from side. Hand from side. Hand from side. Works like this. Definitely. Been a hot minute since I drew a hand. But I think he's holding it up too high. Because we're going to have it far more zoomed in than that. No, wait, he's not holding it up too high, we're going to have it more zoomed in. So I'm thinking, hold on. I'm thinking having it zoomed in about that much, so that's actually alright. Cool. One of the objects during Mumbo and his Fun Fest reminiscing could be another idea, though being Jimmy related makes more sense. Which scene is this one? This is Jimmy kind of being a ghost with Brian and like annoying him with that. Gotta hand it to you. No longer procrastinating, no. We weren't procrastinating, we were having fun. I wanted to show you guys the ideas that we had. And then a better hand here. But first, let's see. This does not make sense. His arm. So the hand needs to be bigger. Just make the scroll bigger as well then. And then the arm, make the hand a little longer as well. Boop, boop. Is that too? Is that anatomy? I can speak words. I promise. Is that anatomy alright? I think. Be very punny at times. Okay. Do we think he's slumped enough? Don't think that will convey very well if we've got smaller bits. Maybe he needs to be a little bit wider. I think that might work better. Boop. Okay, Jimmy's hand. I might need to Google the hand poking. Pinterest. The place for all the references. I'm not logged in. Why am I not logged in? Now I'm logged in. Oh, pretty necklace. Let's not get distracted by the Pinterest feed. What are we doing? Poke. Hand. Poke. Reference. Poke hand reference. Point? Maybe it's pointing. Pointing. Hand reference. Hi, Happy, how you doing? Poke. Poke is point, right? You can point and poke. That's a good hand. I'm just poking the desk right now to imagine how one would poke. And I'm saying poke at the same time, which is very strange because you can't see me. I'm not helping, am I? I'm being great at the visual stuffs. Poke. Pokey, pokey, poke, poke. Or tap on the shoulder? It is a poke, isn't it? Am I going crazy? Is that how it works? Drawing hands on the stream? My setup probably is worse than Etho's. Honestly, I have such a long desk and I am on like a dining room chair instead because I find the office chair very uncomfortable, so I'm on a dining room chair which I can't adjust the height at. So the desk goes about up until... I don't have it up in my armpits, but like... I'm leaning on it very heavily in the sense of it's fairly high up. Let's see, where would it go to? It goes to... I don't know how to explain this. It's like if I had my arms resting on my lap, the desk would go up to halfway up my forearm. Whereas you usually would to have it at a good height, you have your elbows resting in a 90-degree angle. I know my trigonometry. But yes, I haven't got it up to my armpits yet, but I'm halfway there. So we have a Jimmy hand. And honestly, I do kind of prefer that because that means I can kind of lean more on the table, have my full arm on the table and kind of have it be over my iPad instead of looking down on it. I think it's better for my posture in the long run, but you know. I also can cross my legs on this chair and don't have to deal with the arms of the... because it's an armless chair. It can't hurt me. It's armless. All I need is a tissue box. I don't have a tissue box, to be fair. But I do have shoes on this table. And paints and a paintbrush. I'm like halfway through repainting my Converse. So that's all still on the table. And there's a lot of cat fur everywhere. Honestly, it is a better setup than it was in the thingamajigger. Actually, I think I still have the sketch. I still have the sketch of what my setup was in the closet, which not really a closet. It was kind of like a storage area in the roof, in like a roof area. So you couldn't stand up in the area. You couldn't stand up in that room. You had to crawl into it, into this area, into this entrance here. And then you'd have a little bit more space, but you still couldn't stand up. So you crawl in there. The roof goes up like this and up like this. This was my setup here, where this would be me sat on... I don't want to restart my computer. Bugger off. What the heck? I'm streaming. What do you think I want to do, PC? Anyway, I'd be sat here on a mattress, leaning against another mattress. I'm so proud of you for coming out of the closet. Yep. My mouse would be on a table, like a coffee table, and I'd lean my arm like over, kind of going like that, and hold the mouse like that. This would be the screen that I'm seeing chat on right now. I'd be drawing on my iPad here, so cross-legged as you have to, right? Then I'd have like you guys know the IKEA Ivar shelving units, the IKEA Ivar shelving units, which are kind of like really not very sturdy shelving units, fairly cheap. So not made to put your most expensive stuff on it. I'd have that as like it would look like this. And they have like these supports that are like a metal cross on the back so that they're more stable. And I'd have my keyboard on there and my microphone hanging onto a boom arm. And then I'd have my bigger screen, which I'd do my gaming on. So my screen would be covered with these metal strips partially. So yeah, that was where I was, and it was good. It was enjoyable. It was comfortable, but it was just too hot in summer. So I decided I have to move. So yeah, I drew this on stream a while back, but oh yeah, look, I drew the Ivar again. That's what I was drawing there. So yeah, that was my setup, and current setup is far more normal. It's just a desk, big desk that I can put both my screens on. My microphone is no longer on a mic stand. It is, or like on a boom arm that I can move around, which is where it was. It's now just on the Yeti mic stand, and I have it in front of me, and it's in the way, but that's fine. And it lights up when I talk to it. It goes bling, 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 bling. Anyway, Earth to Katie, I'm assuming. Let's get back to where we were. Right, Jimmy's hand needs to be bigger, I think, an arm. Boop. Although I guess he's a ghost, he can change size, right? That's how it works. I should put it in a tissue box. Would that dampen the sound? Maybe I should, just for the sake of it. Is that too big a hand now? Right, and then we have arm going up there. Maybe arm's too long. Boop. Try that again. I'm doing this far more detailed than I usually would do of a sketch. But I think this will ease the line art process. Right, so what we've got to do is we've got to insert a green reference. Reference green. Let's get this reference in here. It's now my new go-to green reference whenever I need a green reference. Look, he's doing the exact same thing on this reference. That's what we're drawing him as. There he is. What a distinguished gentleman. And honestly, with this animatic, I've not been too harsh on myself with kind of getting perfect line art, because I feel like I've gotten far more harsh on myself with trying to get anatomy perfect, line art perfect, kind of like this. The features exactly how the characters would be, right? What's the scene? Yes, it's Ghost Jimmy. This is Jimmy here, and this is Green, who's reading his secret task, which has to do with Ghost Jimmy, and Jimmy's tapping him on the shoulder. So yeah, I've become. The reason that I was able to do almost 20 drawings in a week is because I just didn't take the drawings as seriously as otherwise, and I had just had a good time doing them. Because I noticed with Secret Life, I got into the problem of over detailing. There were too many details. Break the bookshelves, exactly. Too many details going on in Secret Life, and that's what made it like take forever to do. And what I need to do is I need to get his a bit more face structure in there. There we go. Is it raining? Oh no, it's just water. People watering the garden. I just heard rain noise on that side. sprinkler system. Don't want it to look like he's smiling. But I'm sure we can figure out the expression later on. I don't usually do line art on stream for this exact reason. It takes a lot of my focus. Commentary dies down just a little bit. Otherwise, I'd totally be up for doing like the entire process of drawing an animatic on stream, because what we've done so far a lot of is just having like the coloring and the rendering process on stream, right? So not really the steps that we're doing now. I think that's because, like I said, I don't know if I can concentrate very well on being the streamer when... Oh, this expression should be kind of dull. On, yeah, I'm doing the streamer stuff when I'm doing line art. I think it's quite tricky. It's something to challenge yourself with. People will be up for watching it. I also haven't drawn green in a hot minute. Actually, having said that, I drew one of the last people I saw I drew was green, to be fair. Any opinions on real life Cleo win? I have opinions, absolutely. So the thing is with real life, I don't see it as canon, quote unquote, to the live series. Because again, this is a topic where I need to do some thinking, so bear with me here. I don't see real life as properly canon to the like area of the live series, but if it were canon and Cleo won canonically, wow. Cleo canonically won real life, that means that every single soulmate that had like issue, or every single person that had soulmate duo from Double Life that had problems with each other, or that didn't count themselves as proper soulmates, that means that every single one of them has won a life series. So you have Scott and Pearl, who were the absolute... Scott did not like Pearl as a soulmate. Both won a life series. I mean, Pearl won Double Life itself. Grian and all the unstable pairs. Yeah, exactly. Do my best to explain this. I'm glad you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. Yeah. So you had Grian and Scott, and now also Martin and Cleo. And they've all won the life series. So the meaning, what that means. Impulse and Beatles will never win. Neither will Tango or Jimmy. So next to win would either have to be Ren or have to be Ren or Bigby, I think. If we go along those lines, Bigby win for the win. Let's go. Yeah, but I think Impulse definitely has a chance of winning. That just having said that, Bigby is underrated, absolutely. I'm trying to do a waffle, but the waffle's not waffling. How to waffle? I don't know how to waffle. Ooh, maybe like that. Maybe like a line like that, but it doesn't go. Green's hair. It's Green's hair. Joel and Ether though. Ooh, stop waffling around. I'm doing my best. Isn't waffling the whole idea of being a streamer? You talk about stuffs and stuff's talking as well, right? That's how it. Is that how it works? Brain just melted. It's all good. I don't think I've ever drawn green kind of like this close up before. I think that's also throwing me. Suddenly we have more details. More ways that his hair could go. But, so yeah, that's kind of like my opinion on the real life Cleo win. And yeah, exactly. Although I don't consider real life very canonical at all, because it was just a fun little gag for one go. The implications are not lost on me. There has to be some pain, some guilt in that face. But also no tangents, please. No fringe tangents in this house. Just a little bit tangent. There we go. Is it me, or is he giving like Adrian Agreste vibes right now? Maybe I'm watching too much Miraculous. Or more like Cat Noir with the messy hair. I don't know. The idea that Timmy did well alone should make real life non-canon. Touché. I was thinking, this feels like this song sounds like it should belong in Narnia. Is his nose too big? I feel like his nose is too big. That's something that I've noticed that I've been doing a lot recently. I think, as like, if I'm going to critique my own art, which I often kind of look back and try to, because only in that way we can improve. Jimmy did not die first in real life. I can't remember who died first, but it was not Jimmy. Jimmy lived very long. He was like down to the top 5 or something, I feel like. Who died first in real life? I can't remember. How are we gonna get a face of guilt? But like passive guilt, right? Wait, Green died first? Huh. Tim was 7th, okay. So like halfway through the pack. Ooh, my leg just connects. First to turn yellow? Who was first to turn yellow? I don't know. I watched real life like the day it came out, a couple of perspectives, and then I was already over it. Oh, Jimmy was first to turn yellow? Okay. I could totally see that. Is his neck too small? Probably. But I'm not being too harsh on I was very harsh on myself with how like stuff looked in Feed the Machine. I'm trying to not be that. I'm trying to not to be like, oh no, you have to redraw that 10,000 times for it to look good. I'm trying to be a bit more loose and learning from that. And seeing where that takes me. Rocky says Tibby died first. Become yellow first. You know what? I'd say for Falls, why don't you win yet? That is a line that I do remember. But I will say I got very motion sick watching I felt for... Was it Joel who got really motion sick? Yeah, Tim, that wasn't... Did Scott say that one? Yeah, I saw some animations. I can't remember who exactly did animations. There were some good ones that came out, and I didn't hesitate to watch those. I hesitated to watch a lot of the Secret Life animations and animatics when they came out, because I didn't want to like subconsciously be copying what they were doing when I was making my own. I should actually rectify that and go and watch some Secret Life animatics. The most popular I've seen, like the all the Rusty Courage ones, like the repeats, was Earth, the Earth animatic. Was that Secret Life? I think it was, wasn't it? Like the big ones I've seen, but like there aren't as many. Reality show, love that. Do you ever have to babysit? I think his entire green is just a bit too big for the rest of him. And the way he's kind of looking down at the scroll needs to be a far more angled like that. Right. Good. Is his head too big? I think his head's too big, isn't he? Your head, buddy? You've got a big head. We're gonna have to rectify that. Sink down on your ego. Let's just throw in the rest of the waffle. I think that's what's throwing me off. We don't have a little, like, green little boop. His little boop in his hair that we usually have. I think this is why I'm kind of like, this is not green, this is somebody else. This is other blonde boy from some sort of television thing. I don't know. It's the anime hair thingy. Yeah, green also always has to have one of these. Joel has one of these on the edge of him. Anyone else have special hair? I don't think so. I mean, I have special ways of drawing everyone's hair, but I think that's kind of like, especially the pokey bits at the end, the hair poking up at the end, is something that I do for those two, like that. Often do for those two. Drawing Joel and Etho. Ren always has like a little fringe bit, like those are his glasses. He always has that little fringe bit. Can confirm Joel has a thingy. Joel deserves to have a thingy. Joel's the kind of person to have a thingy. Tango, fine hair, yeah. Tango's hair is always the funnest to draw. Etho has front bang thing. I always have the same, I always draw characters' hair the same way. This is Etho fringe. I could do it without reference images nowadays, but I like to throw it in there just to make sure, double check. Is it worth, probably not worth drawing in his eyes yet. He looks like 50, he looks so old. Think the animation you're talking about in the Discord? Thank you, I shall have a look. Generally, if you guys have like some Secret Life animatics especially, that you think are criminally underrated, because I've seen like the bigger ones. But if you have like Secret Life animatics that you think of really or animations underrated, then definitely share them in the Discord and the Sharing Cool Stuffs, because I might just go through and finally start watching some Secret Life animatics, because I didn't really do it. Like I said, I didn't want it to be subconsciously influenced by how people were depicting certain scenes, and so I stayed away from it at the start. I didn't watch any, apart from the Secret Life in a Nutshell from Rusty Courage, like the weeks. I didn't watch any. I don't think I watched all those either. I stayed away, and now I'm ready to actually watch, because I have actually got most of the like everything that I'm doing is planned out. And so might as well now enjoy the stuffs that the rest of the fandom have to offer. Awesome life series fandom. Do I draw like proper reference sheets? I do just refer to previous animatics. I find reference sheets incredibly boring to do. I've done them for OCs before, and I just fought through doing it. I've done them a couple times for OCs, and it's just, I find it so boring doing it. I think you can learn so much more from a character by putting them in a scene. Don't follow my advice, by the way, if you're doing any kind of art professionally, because my advice is not right advice. It's just how I experience art, and I always do this for fun. So I don't really practice my art. I don't really, fill sketchbooks with learning anatomy, that kind of thing. I don't do that. I just draw. I just tell stories. My art is just a form for me to tell stories to. So I don't practice it because I find that boring. What I far more enjoy is the process of telling stories. Hi Rose, how you doing, my dude? Hello. So that's kind of, yeah, I always reference, if I had reference sheets, I would reference them in moments like this, like turnarounds. But I also like the process of these characters evolving and changing how they look. Because if I were to like insert, okay, hold on. Let's get a new, we're gonna do a tangent here. Let's get my two most recent, my most recent green drawing and my oldest green drawing. Insert a photo. References. So my oldest green drawing is this guy that I have on my iPad. I think I've got drawings that are older, but I don't have them on my iPad anymore, so I wouldn't reference them. I find it interesting how characters like very organically evolve with when I'm drawing them. You're not too late, my dude. Not at all. We're in the middle of stuff. Oh, hello. Insert a photo. Oh, I don't have that image. Okay, well, let's just quickly insert that image. Screenshot. I'm on the wrong folder. I'm all over the place, guys. Give me a sec. I'll be right there. And my most recent drawing of green. We're not counting the one today. Done. Saved photos. Right. And there are some characters that have evolved far more than green. Good morning, not another joker. Welcome, my dude. Hello. Insert a photo. There we go. And that's it. Now I can show my screen again. So if you kind of like see, and whenever I'm drawing a character, again, I reference the most recent, like, good drawing I have of them, because sometimes I've got, like, the profile, and I don't think it's very helpful to reference a character from just their profile. For me personally, when I'm drawing a character, even if I am drawing their profile. So yeah, whenever I'm drawing a character again, I reference the previous drawing of them that I've done. And through that character will continue to evolve again and again and again and again. I need to drink something. A far more extreme example of this is actually Cleo. So let me just quickly get an image of Cleo in here. There's many examples of this, but I think Cleo is a very good way of kind of representing the way I've evolved in drawing characters. And it has to do with art skill. It has to do with understanding character designs, understanding them as characters themselves more. Because when I started out, I didn't really watch everyone. When I started out when I started doing animatics, so like for Last Life, I had only just started watching a lot of the characters, so I didn't really understand their vibe. So I couldn't really convey their what they looked like and their whole persona, their whole energy very well. And Cleo's gone through lots of edits, but this was Cleo to begin with. And this is Cleo now. And it's just also kind of like the posing, because this is both full body poses. It's kind of like the energy is different, the way they hold themselves as characters. And that's because I kind of changed in how I understood how Cleo works, right? And I've got that with OCs as well, with OC art. Original characters go through so much change as time goes on. But yeah, these are characters that have had like the same way that they've looked for a long time in the sense of they're the same skin, right? Joel, yeah, Joel's a good one. Let's have a look at Joel. So the first time I drew Joel, because I didn't watch Joel before Last Life. A lot of the characters that I from the Life series, and I'm saying characters because I draw characters. I don't see them as the content creators, right? Does that make sense? I see them as the characters in the Life series. But I didn't watch Joel before Secret Life. Before Last Life. Last Life was where I started watching him because I was like, oh, Boogie, and then also Red Life this early. Awesome, he's terrifying. I'm going to watch him. And then you realize he's actually just a bumbling idiot, which is fun. But this would be the Joel image that I'd be referencing nowadays versus the Joel image that I used to reference. And you can definitely like see how I kind of understand. Funnily enough, the little hair tuft stayed. That little guy stayed. But you can kind of get how I understand the character far better than I used to. Where it's just like, he's pretty blank canvas here, and hair tuft has lore. Pretty blank canvas of a character. Like the expression is just kind of like, there's not much going on there. It's just. And this also has, like I said, this has to do with art, with skill as well, and kind of understanding how facial expressions work. But you can kind of see, who's my favorite character of the Life series? Ooh. So we're saying character versus the content creator versus who I like to draw the most. Tilly R. Oh, are we also going like character, like, the Scarlet Pearl, and not just saying Pearl? Favorite character. I mean, I love the ranchers. I always kind of default to the ranchers, but I feel like if I'm talking character, I have to go for someone else. Favorite character. I'm so lost. 3M Pearls, but yes, true. 3M. I'm literally mentally scrolling through all the Life series and thinking, because oh, man, if you'd asked me like who's my favorite team, who's my favorite person to draw, who's my favorite content creator, I'd have answers for all of that. There are so many good characters. I think Limited Life Martin. I think his descent into madness there, very fun. Loved Ren the King, and loved like the conflict of Ren the King versus Desert Scar, like the desert duo Scar. That was very, very cool. Man, favorite character's very interesting. Stay-at-home tank from Limited Life. Yeah, I think I have to go with Limited Life Martin. I'm very biased because Martin is one of my favorite. So glad you got Mean Girl as your up a good mermaidy shot. As having said that, I did not like drawing Martin. I tell you what, you knew I was gonna say Fish Martin, really? Speaking of Martin, Martin's also gone through a drastic change. Let's insert some Martin images here. Let's see, the first time I drew Martin, do I still have that image on here? Because actually the first time I drew Martin was for long before the Life series. No, I don't have that image here anymore. Hold on. Hold on. Who are you really? I'm gonna do one where we see his face, well, because I drew him like a couple times where he was very small, or where we saw him look back. But the first time we kind of see his face. And then the most recent time, Martin. I won't do this the most recent time. I'll do this if I were to draw Martin now, what I'd reference. And honestly, I'm going to insert more than just these two because Martin has gone through lots of different design changes. And I feel like I understood Martin fairly well from the start because I've been watching the dude for about 10 years now. I watched him back in the Yogscast days, back in the Christmas Adventure days, and the Sapling Empire, or what, I can't remember what it was called. Martin. Now let's see. So, we obviously had him going crazy. Oh, I don't have an image of that, do I? I'm annoyed. I don't have a picture of him. Of him when he's holding the spyglass, but without the spyglass. No, but like we've got like a little insert of his villain arc in the center there, because why not? Hello. But property, please. Yes, Evo. My gosh. So we had so we have him from like everyone wants to rule the world. I think the hairstyle and the outfits is what's changed most with him. But yeah, it's when you've got like, I think especially you kind of look at these two, right? So when you've got them next to each other, you kind of see the progress that we've made over the years. This is almost 3 years apart, guys. These two images. 2.5 for sure. Keep on changing the designs of characters. I think when I do, what I do is I decide on a hairstyle for the animatic. For a very long time, I wasn't happy with how I drew Martin's hairstyle. He's always pointing. just always pointing unhappily. If you're drawing characters' hair, if you're struggling with drawing characters' hair, I will say, because that's something that I think is very important to keep consistent in a character. And the way I started out was, I think this helped a lot. The way I started out was if I have like the face, right? And I use this as the base generally anyway. If I think, okay, objection! Literally, I grabbed a screenshot from that video game. What's it called? The video? I've never played the video game. Ace Attorney. I grabbed a screenshot from that and based this image off of that. Do I still have that screenshot is the question. Definitely don't have it in... I don't have it anymore in the drawing itself. Wow. Is that everything? No. Hello? Oh, you're going to be annoying like that? How dare you be annoying like that? Do I still have that screenshot? No, I do not, I don't think. No, I do not. I apologize. Wait, I need that much. Hello? Recent. No, this wasn't all the pictures. It wasn't all the pictures. Right, all my reference pictures. I'm scrolling through my images. Give me a sec, guys. Pictures of kitty cats. We love the kitty cats. I drew this drawing fairly early on. Oh, Jasper. Images of Jasper as well. Where? I can't find. Just had a panic moment of like, was I on the thing? No, can't find it, I'm afraid. Cannot find the reference that I used, but it's basically a screen grab from Ace Attorney. I think I deleted it after the fact for some reason. Most of my other reference images are still here. Even weird pictures of me holding a bowl of rope. Anyway. Appreciate the improvement of my backgrounds. Thank you guys. Backgrounds are fun. But yeah, when it comes to drawing hair, that was what was starting. I think it's important to kind of think, and generally with features, it's important to think what kind of character you're drawing. Are they more of like a strict character? Do they not show a lot of emotions? Because shape language of the way that a character looks explains a lot about who they are, right? So if you have like characters that are based with lots of circles, have a lot of circles, then those are usually fairly bubbly characters, optimistic, upbeat, kind. Lizzie's a character that has a lot of circles. Let me just insert an image of Lizzie, just to not take a picture. Lizzie. Lizzie has a lot of circles in her design, so it's like circles in the buns, very circular face. But you can also break it up by adding like a straight nose, very round eyes, and very generally like not a lot of pointy lines, apart from with the exception of her nose. Very rounded hair, right? There's not a lot of straight kind of pokiness of her hair, and characters look a lot like anime character. I'll say thank you because I know that came out of comes out of a place of being kind, but that's something that often triggers me because that's not what I'm going for. Green is also very circular, yeah, because he's just like a little squishy guy, in my opinion. Joel is very has a lot of straight lines. I think it's actually quite good to show like a picture of the bad boys here. So we have Joel has a lot of straight lines in him here, and I don't follow my own rules, but obviously here, and when I'm drawing his hair, it's usually very spiky lines, right? And that's also intentional to be a contrast to Lizzie, with Lizzie having a lot of rounded lines. I have the same dichotomy of Etho has a lot of straight lines in his design. B-Dubs has a lot of rounded lines in his design. And it's also the way I kind of draw people's noses as well, is if they're like... Usually I want to draw Green with a button nose, but because that's my headcanon, but I don't usually... I'm not very good at it. But yeah, Green's got a lot of round shapes with his hair. And you kind of need to understand what vibe your character gives you. Whether you want to have like straight spiky hair because they're strict, well, not necessarily strict, but like don't show a lot of emotions maybe. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Just the vibes, right? You've got soft round characters, you've got spiky characters. Joel is just like the biggest definition of spiky character for me. And it's just the way that like a character, how in their design you can give them their personality. You can do that with hair, you can do that with clothing. If you're drawing your own characters, if you're drawing off a Minecraft theme, you're obviously less, you have less freedom, but it's just the kind of things that I think about and I consider when I'm drawing characters' features. Yeah, Joel is absolutely, Joel has, I work with, you've got kind of like the circle, you've got the square, and you've got the triangle, right? Another person that has a lot of triangles is Tango. You know, I'm just going to go from, not scroll through that one, scroll through that one. Tango has a lot of triangles in his design, although I've made his hair a lot more fluffy than he used to be. But he's got his eyes as well, very angular. And And his hair used to be a lot more triangular than it is nowadays, but I just like doing flowy fires, so I just kind of ignore that fact. But yeah, same with Tango, a character that has... Impulse has a lot of squares. If we're going... Where's Impulse? Do we have an Impulse cameo? Ba-dum. Impulse is a very square character, but has a lot of rounded lines because he's far kinder. And Impulse and Skiz are another example of... Impulse has a lot of rounded lines with his hair, for instance. He's got button nose and a rounded face, but he's broad-shouldered. There's a lot of squares that make out Impulse because he's got an angular face as well. But Impulse and Skiz are another example. Surprised Skiz isn't more circular. That's something that that was a design I chose. I decided on back when I first drew Skiz, and this was before I really understood who Skiz was. And these are some character designs that I haven't really changed. Like I've kind of accentuated them a bit. I've accentuated Joel for sure, with his little triangles. But for me, Skiz was kind of like straight to the point. Well, I just got confused because Skiz is called Skizzleman in my notes. But Skiz has always been very angular. And so he kind of just stayed that way. This is the first time I drew Skiz. And those kind of like things where my shape language has definitely changed in the sense of I've learned how to use it far better. Frontier, thank you so much for following, my dude. I appreciate it. It's lovely to have you here. Because in my brain I was like, yes, ethos straight lines, B-dubs wavy lines, but they look exactly the same. But I was able to kind of expand on that shape language and kind of make it better. Fair first impression of him. Yeah, obviously Tango. Here's a far more like round lines of B-dubs and angular lines in Tango there. This was actually the first time I drew Skiz. First time I drew Skiz was a lot of wavy lines if I look at his hair there. But yeah, it's just the angular nature of him. Straight to the point, getting there. Thank you, Frontier. I appreciate it. That's kind of like just, yeah. That's kind of my thoughts when drawing them. It doesn't always translate perfectly. But here we have a lot of angular lines for Skiz. It doesn't translate perfectly, but you kind of get the idea. And it's something that's good to have kind of a plan that's what you're going into when designing a character. If you want to go straight lines versus rounded lines, etc, etc. What's the current piece that's being worked on? We had a real big tangent. What we're currently working on, this piece here, is Grian reading his task. And like, this is like Secret Life session, what, 7, 8? And Jimmy's behind him in ghost form because it's the episode that Jimmy followed him around as a ghost. Jimmy, yeah! Sacrifice of Skiz and Etho. It was a sad moment actually, and that's like, I think that moment single-handedly is kind of why Battle Cry is one of my favorite, if not my favorite animatics. Is my favorite animatics? Yes, that is Jimmy, the ghost of Secret Life Past. Absolutely. Does that make Mumbo the ghost of Secret Life Future? Oh. Lizzie the ghost of the present? Even though no one came to her birthday party and she got no presents. Happens. Let's see. I don't want this scroll to be overlapping too much with. Let's just have it bend around. Makes life easier. Bum bum bum. Does she's a gift to us all? Yes. Limited Life is your favourite series? I think Double Life is still mine. Limited Life was a good series. So So this is green with his task. And now we've kind of done the line up for green. And what I do usually after that is I make the lines black, so we can have a look at what he looks like. I think he's actually looking all right, funnily enough. Strangely enough. His head might still be a bit too big, but you know what? We'll just leave it for now and we'll figure it out afterwards. We don't need to get a... How do I get motivation to do these animatics? Good question. Tell me when you have the answer. Back when I was motivated to finish the animatics, because long story short, I'm not going to be finishing this animatic due to lack of motivation and wanting to continue on other projects. But back when I was doing the long form animatics, get the motivation of eBay. I've run out. Buy me some more. No, I think it's kind of like the hype for the series that you're doing it for helps a lot. So like the people around you that are loving the series as much as you are, kind of talking about it. I think that's a reason why now for Secret Life, since it's been so long since the series came out, people aren't talking about it as much. I think I feed off a lot of the hype from that to work on these projects. And will this one still be posted? It will. So the one that I'm working on currently, or have decided, I'm getting to the point. I've gotten to the point where I'm going to finish the drawings that I've started, and then I'll edit it and post it. And yeah, that's how that one's gonna work. Yeah, you guys motivate me. I do this all for you guys. And it's just it's a case of I need to do stuff quickly to keep motivated, especially when it comes to like sketching out the frames, right? I need to sketch out the frames while I'm motivated, because otherwise it's just not going to necessarily work out. And that's why I've decided to stop where I have, because hold on, guys, are you ready for all the spoilerage? You guys are going to get all the spoilerage. Are you ready for the next animatic? If you don't want spoilers, just maybe like turn off the screen for a bit and then I'll say when you can come back. But I'm gonna literally scroll through the folder of the drawings that I've done so far. So if you don't want spoilers, because I will still upload this as an animatic to the music. But yeah, if you don't want to see it, then click away for a bit and I'll tell you when you can come back. But yes, here's the spoilerage of the scenes, and these are the scenes that back in February? Yeah, back in my February uni break, so semester break, I sketched out these scenes in a similar fashion to how this looks, right? So the sketches of the scenes are very similar to that, and all these scenes were sketched out, and I got this far. I got as far as this one, which this is the burning heart. This is the heart foundation burning. This is how far I got with planning out the animatic. And I did that all in like an afternoon when I was really motivated. And that's as far as I got, and can I turn down the music? I can. Is the music too low? I did not know. Is that better? Is that alright? I could turn it down more if needs be. But that's as far as I sketched out back in the day. And that's where I'm gonna leave it. That's where I'm gonna leave it. I'm thinking of maybe still doing the Scar winning part, because I really like that. I have that so visually ingrained into my brain, and that I might still do that. But that's how we're gonna. So, getting an adult tooth removed. Oh dear. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, my dude. Hope that process goes all right. Art, exactly, art and spoilers. But this is where I'm finishing. That's the point where I'm finishing, because I don't have like the motivation to also go back and look at the episodes, because I don't have the moments as present as I did, because basically I wrote down these notes soon after Secret Life ended on how, and I planned out this animatic in notes soon after that, and I don't know what I was thinking back then. This was almost 9 months ago. This was back in December when I planned this out. And I don't know what I wrote down anymore, what like composition I had in my brain back then. And so it's difficult. I'd have to go back and watch the episodes and try and find that kind of like fresh love for the series that I had when watching it the first time around, which is difficult to get. So I'm not going to try, and I'm going to try and get it to a satisfying end so that you guys aren't left feeling you've been cheated or disappointed, or yeah. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure involved in that, because I mean, that's also been like a reason why yes, that's the song, Eleanor Rigby. And there's been a couple of reasons why I haven't been streaming as much as I've wanted to, because I love streaming. I love chatting to you guys, I love hanging out. But I've just had like this internal pressure of, I knew that this was the answer. I knew that this was where the animatic was going to end. And I know I didn't promise that I was going to do this entire animatic. I know that I communicated fairly effectively that it was still up in the air whether I could finish it. But that still gives people hope that maybe I could finish it, and I didn't want to disappoint everyone. And that was kind of like what held me back for a while from streaming. And I was kind of like going like, well, I know I'm going to start streaming and I'm going to have this message to share at some point, that I'm not going to finish the entire song for this animatic. But I think I've come to peace with that, and I know I'm going to disappoint some people with that, but I can't force myself to make good art. It's kind of like I'll completely fall out of love with the whole process if I force myself to do it now. So I won't. And that's just the way it is. I do apologize. I know that there's kind of like a certain expectation there with the cliffhanger that I left and what I've kind of talked about on other streams. But there's where I don't finish this project, there's other cooler projects to be worked on, and projects that I'm more motivated for. So you'll get a better project. You'll get a better end product in the end, and I think that's far more worth it. Stardew AU. Woo! I want to get into pixel art, guys. I want to get into pixel art. I am definitely interested in the Stardew AU. But at the same time, I want to continue with my Avatar The Last Airbender AU. Because you guys remember last year we did Your Embers. So Hawk did Your Embers at My Fingertips, wrote this fantastic fan fiction. If you don't know what Your Embers at My Fingertips is, where have you been? Go to Archive of Our Own, AO3, and search Your Embers at My Fingertips by Hawkwing. It's worth a read. It's an Avatar The Last Airbender life series AU focused on the ranchers. And I wrote my own part to it. Yeah, it's not here anymore, Zim. It's not a command anymore. Oh, is it a command in Hawk's chat? It might be a command in Hawk's chat in that case. But yeah, definitely give it a read. I'm very biased because Hawk's my friend and Hawk is a fantastic author, but it is a good story. And I also contributed my part to it with there was a time skip in Hawk's story, and I was like, heck no, I need to know what happens in that time skip, so I wrote it myself. I spent half a year writing that myself. So, and that one's called Your Light in My Eyes. If you look for Katie Rowe on AO3, you'll find that as well. What's Hawkwing03? Otherwise, I can quickly open AO3 and get you guys the link, because that is worth doing. Boop, 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 beep, 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 beep. Hawkwing03. Control C. Ba-da-ba-dip. Ba-da. Yeah, I got it. It's on one of my quick tabs. I'm not even logged into AO3 for some reason, but that's on one of my quick tabs. But yeah, so Hawk wrote that. Do I don't quite know where I finished Jimmy's arm here. Do I kind of like give him a shirt as well? I don't know. Because I kind of maybe want like the rest of his body kind of easing out of existence. But at the same time, we will have to zoom in on this because I wanted to do that. And we're gonna keep Jimmy's. I'm gonna quickly make Jimmy's arm. That. Yeah, I think the anatomy's alright, so we'll do that. Cool. Cool. I'm gonna keep it white though because that is Jimmy's ghostly form. Now let's zoom in on these two and see what kind of excerpt we want. So do we want Grian's eye? I've kind of been enjoying not having people's eyes in a drawing to kind of insinuate that there's some kind of emotion going on there. It's a ghost. Then you only see Jimmy's arms. So maybe, tell you what, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it the size it is, and then we can kind of figure out what we do when we want to zoom it in. Ghost. Grin. Grin. Oh my gosh, if you remove the A from Grian, you get Grin. I didn't know. Oh my gosh. So there we go. So, like, guys, despite the tangent that we went on, this drawing has taken just over an hour. So we've been drawing for an hour and 15-ish. I understand Grian's. And we've been going on many tangents, but this is kind of like good. We're making good time for personification of a mysterious grin. Making good time considering we're streaming and we're drawing every single step of the process, from like deciding on what to draw to figuring out like the concept, the composition. Bum, 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 bum. Being fast, you're going to be able to play on PC after next week, so that you know. Ooh, Zim, why? I have an exam coming up that I need to hyper focus on studying for. We'll see. So give. Do you have a day, Zim, when like you from then on out you can't? Is it like Monday? Because then I'll have to have a look. I'm a little behind on learning, but I really wanted to stream again. Next Wednesday, 28th. My exam is on Thursday, the 29th. Oh, why? I'll see. I'll have a look. I'll do my best. But I kind of promised myself that I was going to rewatch all the lectures, which I've been doing. It's 14 lectures and I'm like on lecture 9 now. But then after watching the lectures, I need to learn all the material and. Well, there's no more and actually. I just need to learn all the material for the exam. Repetition exams are the best. Woo! They totally mess up your holidays a bit. I'll let you know. I'll let you know if I'm able to Zim. I will. I definitely will. Will you have a laptop? So will you still be able to like pop online every now and again? But will it just not be able to be for? Oh, it'd be the same for Vault Hunters, wouldn't it, Zim? Because I'm assuming like Vault Hunters would not be runnable. Phasmo's Windows only? Oh my gosh. Okay. Zim, why? No Vault Hunters, no Phasmo. This makes me sad. I've been meaning to catch up with Crow and ask if we can update the Phasmo. If we can update the Vault Hunters world, because bingo cards are a thing now, and I definitely want to try those out. Bingo cards, bingo vaults, and also the card decks. I think I don't know if I can't remember if the card deck update is out yet, but the bingo vaults are definitely out. I want to try bingo vault. That would be cool. Sacrifices to live in Scotland. Oh, Sim. Makes me sad. But really cool still that you get this opportunity. It won't be forever. You'll have your PCs again soon. But yeah. We'll still be able to play on the Ever SMP. That'd be fun. I've become a hobbit on the Ever SMP. I've decided. And I almost did some self-indulgent art of me, of drawing me and the Ever SMP with my blossom head. The unicorn! Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I almost did some very self-indulgent art today because there were, like I said, I had a couple of ideas of what to do today. Either like the Stardew Valley AU, but there still needs to be some thought going into that, or the or this, or just doing some you know, redrawing my profile picture, because the profile picture that you see on stream right now, that is 2 years old. That profile picture is 2 years old. I should probably do a redraw. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. And Jimmy, in fact, I think Jimmy should be below green. No, he shouldn't, because then the finger won't be on. Okay. Jimmy. Bum ba-dum ba-da-bum. Bum ba-dum ba-dum ba-dum. Oh, Jimmy and Green have very similar skin tones. I realise now. This is the difficulty of not being able to decide who goes in front of the other. I think only the finger should cross over. There we go. Hey, Omelette. Welcome, welcome, my dude. How you doing? Hello. But I think what we're doing today, I think this could become like a short series, maybe. You're good. That's good to hear, my dude. I think we could definitely continue this for other streams if you guys are up for it. If you guys enjoy like following along the entire process of making animatic frames from A to Z. I say we finish this frame today, but maybe then on another stream we continue the other ones that we were talking about, because this one scene turned into three scenes. And I think the second drawing is literally just going to be a case of like taking Green's head here and having him look up and then having his eyes kind of go a little bit smaller, like in surprise, and his mouth opens slightly like he's surprised. That's maybe a bit too morbidly surprised, but you know what I mean. Back to Jimmy. And then the other one is kind of like, yeah, zooming out on Green alone in the enchanting room or wherever. I guess he's not bound to the enchanting room now. Very fun stream. We'll continue this. And then we can, if we feel like it, touch on the rest of the topics that we were talking about. Because I do like the idea of, I think I really want to draw Long Live the King, Scar, and Tango. Because it could just be a frame redraw. It could literally, we take the screen grab from the film and really just kind of knock it off a bit in a funny way, not take it too seriously. Long live the... Well, actually, it's a very serious and sad scene. I don't want to downplay the fact that The Lion King is very, very sad at times. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have like this edge to Jimmy here. Like this. But then what I want to do is I want to kind of smudge it outwards. Because he's a ghost. Now you see me, now you don't. It'd be fun is one day, I'm not saying anytime soon for this, but one day just making an entire animatic on stream. Just from choosing the song with chat, to what we're doing, to like the notes that we're taking, to man, that would be really difficult. That would be a lot of streams. Be fun though. Then everyone will know my secrets on how these things work. No, what am I doing? No, still at that point. Colouring. Now we've gotten to the point where we usually are at when we start a stream. If we're drawing an animatic and frame on stream, it's the colouring part. So that's, yeah, we've gotten to that point 2.5 hours in. And usually, I mean, we've definitely had our tangents. It took us forever to decide what we're drawing. But I think I've been fairly efficient on the line art on this, in all things. Hi Oreo, hello, hello. Lion King's Scar original name was Taka, which means waist. Oof, ouch. That's sad. I always find it interesting having like Scar as, because there was also like a children's book that had dogs, and that would like, I don't know, I can't remember the author's name, but I don't know if anyone like grew up with books like Ertie McGurty, the dog, and Schnitzel von Krumm with a very low tum, who was a wiener dog? Is that what they're called? Dachshund. But I grew up with these kind of like books that had these dogs, different dog breeds with very funny names, and like the villain of those books was Scarface Claw. Confused American. I don't know if it's just a British thing, but they had Scarface Claw, who was like the roughest, toughest tomcat in town. So he was a cat. And so just like the name Scar, having that, and then also Lion King's Scar, gave me, as a kid especially, the name having like, yeah, Scar, obviously, villain name. But now I can't hear Scar and not think of Good Times with Scar and be like, what, Scar, a villain? No, Scar, most wholesome person in world. Der Hundchen ist gut. Das Hund ist gut. Hundchen. That's like trying to say like a dog is cute. I think I've seen it in High German before like that. Because German and Swiss German have this very fun thing where in Swiss German you add an li to any noun, like you say box, and it's a box. But if you say Boxley, then it's a cute box. So if you have li at the end, Boxley, then it's a cute box instead of just a box. And German has a similar thing where it's Chen. If you add anything, if you add the Chen at the end, like CHEN, then it's a cute thing. Don't know the German word. Süß is the German word for cute. Süß. You know the German word for luck? Glück. I'm bilingual for anyone who doesn't know. But yeah, that is something that is really cute in German and Swiss German, is that exists, and it doesn't exist in English. Boxchen. Süß? No, not süß. As in it goes Süß is cute. I never made that connection. Süß. Oops. That's what cute is in German. And if you're looking for it in Swiss German, it's herzig. I'm pretty sure that's not how you write it. Oh, Nini, you're a proper German. You have the double S. But I think herzig is also, yeah, herzig is definitely a German word, which is another word for Zeus. which is another word for cute. Language, eh? German confuses you. It's a double S. Yeah, the B thing is a double S. For me, it's a beta. But if you're speaking High German, then the double S is that. But I've always just only written a double S. It's a very sharp S. It's like S, where you're cosplaying a snake or something. I don't know, something like that. As I didn't draw like the edge to green jumper here. Okay. Crayon, you are almost finished. We've almost done the line art for you and the colouring. We did the line art a while back. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. What is the colour of a scroll? Do I still have the reference here? I do. Let me grab that. Is it really that grey? Very grey. Oh. Calling it grey. It's the same colour as green's top here. Boop. So what colour do we do the background? This is something that we need to start thinking about. We have these colours here. I'm thinking... I guess it depends on where green is, right? I'm thinking we could do like a purple background. And then have like a light being like an orange that's coming in. So we could do kind of more abstract colours for the background, kind of like a purple and an orange. That would be fun. Jimmy's going to be very easy here. We just got to do a whole bunch of blue. I'll just do it like this. Do some proper erasing here. Okay. That's Jimmy. And now green doesn't necessarily look like green, but I think that's because I don't feel very practiced drawing at the moment. Because I haven't, like for the past 2 weeks I've done barely any drawing. But I haven't really had the time. There's lots been happening in life at the moment. Life's been lifing. Don't want it to look like his hair. Right. Now, I only ever add some like colour and like to the face, a little bit of an extra shading here on the base layer, because I think it adds a lot to the life of a character. That yeah, I mean you can like skip over this step, but I think especially our skin has so many different tones to it. Anything beyond the scroll, scribbles to represent words, watch symbol, tiny ghost. We could have scribbles. We could scribble. I guess this is the first time where you're seeing the scroll from this side. We could do scribbly ribbliness. A ghost. Should we just put the ghost emoji on it? We could literally just put the ghost emoji on it. Where would a ghost emoji be? It exists, right? The ghost emoji. Is it with animals? Is ghost an animal? The ghost. I'm a ghost. We could have a canary on it. Is there a yellow bird? There's a yellow bird face. Could have a yellow bird face and a ghost. I could have sworn there was a ghost emoji. Oh, there he is. Boop. Hold on, let's get rid of I don't think there's enough space. I don't think there's enough space for the canary. So we'll just do ghost, because otherwise it wouldn't be very visible. Have we officially lost it? I think we have. I think we've officially gone crazy. I'm a ghost. Now you see me, now you don't. There he is. Oh, totally could do. Yeah, we'll do that. There's enough space for that. Is it a chicken emoji? Is it really a chicken emoji? Boop. This is fine. This is what we've come to. This is... Oh, man. I love it. That look good? There it is. Okay. Yes, this is what we started doing now. I think if we were all of us together to do an entire animatic from A to Z together, it would not be taken seriously. There'd be stuff like this in there. We'd have this sort of stuff in there very frequently. And I'd love it. It would be fantastic. La da 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 dun dun. La 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 la. Okay, and there's Jimmy. Right, we said like a purpley background, right? So let's do maybe a dark purple. I'll go fairly desaturated. Because best animatic of the 21st century. My screen is getting really dark. Hold on. I can start not seeing stuff. There we go. I can see again. Ooh. We love being able to see. Now let's add a good bit of texture to that background. And let's see. Let's have a look, see how we want to do this. Do we want to, I think we do, have kind of like green shaded in shadow a little bit here. But where Jimmy's kind of coming from, there's a bit of light, kind of like a golden light. I need to be careful not to make this look muddy because orange is very different to purple. Hi, Swift. If I drew one frame with no context, gave it to a friend, told them to draw the next frame, gave that to another friend, and so on. Ooh. Ooh. That would be fun. Just want to play Gartic Phone. Is that how Gartic Phone works? Words. I feel like I've never played I can't say it. I can't say it. Gartic Phone. Never played it before myself, but I think it would be fun. A fun thing to play. Is that too much? Is that too much of a holy shine coming from our Lord and Saviour Jimmy Solidarity? Too much. But what if we were to lower it down? I don't hate it, but I think we need to kind of fiddle with this first a bit. Maybe we... Thing is, right? Ghost Jimmy scene, yes, that is it. You know what I need? I need this. This, because otherwise I'm going to be confused. Boop. That's going to help us so much. Right, let's maybe clear you. Get back our colours. Try this again with perspective lines helping. Jimmy the Ghost is hit. In case you haven't seen, Grian's secret task for the week is Ghost and Canary. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum. Right. Let us take the darker colour and with far more guidance. I wanted to go over Grian's eyes. I want there to be darkness around his eyes. Is he still the canary though? Yeah, in my eyes he is. That's my headcanon. I think he always will be. And then kind of like maybe here-ish. Sort of. There'll be a feather later, yes. That's how this works. That's the idea for the scene. I don't want these lines to be that concrete, so let's just kind of filter them off into smoke. Smudge them a bit, you know? Maybe start again with this colour as well. On the right brush for sure. Maybe you make it less saturated. Mumbo's always soulbound to Jimmy throughout seasons. I see that, so because Mumbo dies after Jimmy very often. Bum, bum, bum. So I'm gonna try and kind of convey like sunbeams. I think this will work. What if we were to do this above green? Ooh, ooh. And then make it an add layer. Ooh, wait, what was that other one? Color dodge is fun. It's like the sunbeams are coming out of his chest. Which is kind of weird. But also kind of cool. Jimmy's light bright enough to reflect on green? I think it would be. I think it would be. I think what we're doing here is too much. I think this is a bit too intense. Jimmy's absence. It's just like a good time for a Scar hot guy kind of, you know, like the volleyball calendar that he had. It's just that, but Jimmy, and there's just light radiating off of him. Maybe let's not do that. This is a bit weird. I think if we had it going past Jimmy as well, potentially. No, I think the composition doesn't work. Okay, let's rethink this. We've got the drawing now. Jimmy could have an eerie glow. Wasn't that eerie in the episode? So my thought is, because originally I was going to do this, that Green was originally going to be an enchanting table, so he would have had like purple particles reflecting off of him. So like the light from the front here was going to be purple, and then behind him there'd be kind of like a warm glow from outside. So we'd kind of have like the dichotomy of purple and yellow. But to be fair, actually, we do have the exact same with the dichotomy of yellow and purple here. So maybe we don't do that again. Maybe that's a bit boring. So we don't do that. What do we do? Any green would see Jimmy, so you think it would make sense for it to not reflect off him because it's not real? Well, green's the only one in the room at this point. No one else is in the room, so it could be kind of like where, in theory, everyone could see Jimmy if people were in that room right now, but Jimmy only appears to green. Bye, Swift. Jimmy only appears to green when he's alone. Would do a blue light from Jimmy. That would make sense because he's wearing a lot of blue. I think we could work with blue. I think that's a good idea. So let's see, if we go for a blue light here. The complementary color of blue is red, so that would mean the shadows would have to be red. Don't quite want that. You could have kind of pinkish shadows. You see, that's for our third favorite. What? I'm third. We could... Yeah, let's make the background pinkish. More saturated pink, please. Hold on, I don't want it to merge with green. Or we can't make the background red because that would contrast really badly with green. If we make it that color, it contrasts with his. Yeah, green's very red and yellow themed. He can't be orange. Okay. Imagine there was a live series called Toy Life where you have to make sure you survive as a toy and your toy self doesn't break, so you have to break others' toys. Toy parts give themselves more health and not die. Imagine if only do so just so that toy could, just so that Jimmy could be a toy again. Yep, I see them doing that series just for that reason. Okay, if we're doing a blue. If we had a green background, it would kind of show that green's in a forest. So we'd maybe do a forest background, but I don't think so. Greyish? I'm thinking desaturated for sure, but I don't want to go straight grey. I want like a... Stretch, I will stretch. I see the stretch, my dude. I stretch. I don't think green. Thank you. Bluish grey, but we've got blue in highlights. Do we just go for a whole blue vibe? We could do. We could do a whole blue vibe. But I would then still make the background a little purpley, because the darker blue would go towards the purple. Agreed? So we've got desaturated. Why not just steal a cobblestone texture from another frame? Cobblestone texture. Because the colours wouldn't be right. Depending on the frame. Do I have a cobblestone texture? Pinkish one. Oh, excuse me. I have a pinkish one. Where's the time? Oh, it's 9:15. Yes, okay. I have a pinkish texture. I have an... Oh, I do have that. Ah. Dang it. What do I do, guys? I'm going to copy and paste from a different scene and see what that looks like. It's a good idea. I often copy paste from scenes that I've already done. So this is from the enchanting room from the other one, before they had to hide the enchanting room. So what if we had that texture? I think it merges a lot with Green's hair, but at the same time we could actually make the distinction between Green's hair and that by adding shadows. Let's try that. Good idea for seeing if we could grab something from somewhere else. Clipping mask. So let's maybe add the shadows, right? Just go all phasmophobia and make it haunted, you know, because the ghost. How would making it haunted look like visually? Don't need to actually use clipping mask there, do I? So here's my thought, is that we kind of like, I still want to have like Green's face kind of shrouded in shadow. What we could do actually is not have any light thing down there, so it just kind of like is just the light of, oh hello, coming kind of from outside. Because he's dead. Possible to change the stone's colour? I do actually kind of like the colour, I will say. Right, it is possible to change it. More purple, more blue. So this is the colour it was before. We could go more towards the purpley pink. We could do that. If you ever show Jimmy's face head, you could add a little blood to his ghostly ears because he died to a warden. Ooh, like that. That is a nice idea. So we still have the texture there. What do we think of that? I think it adds like a distinct difference. Shrouds Green and Green's face in darkness. Let's make it a bit darker towards the end here. And then we will, along this way, pardon me. My voice is giving out, guys. Which is not great. Before we finish the drawing. Using this tool gives the effect of cleaning dust off an old photo or something. You really like it? What tool are we talking about? Reusing art? Clearing dust off of stuff to reuse it? I do that all the time. In case you guys don't know, I have reused my end crystal drawing every single time since the very first time that I drew it. I've only ever drawn a end crystal once in my life. Okay, so we have the colours now. And now we can kind of, hello, clipping mask first and alpha and this. Clipping mask and multiply. Oh, come on, mate. Come on. Please work for me. Thank you. There we go. And kind of shroud Green in kind of a bit of darkness here. I'm overdoing it quite a bit, but just to kind of get the idea in there. There we go. Is it a duck emoji? I think I'm more of a chick, wouldn't it be? I think maybe we should do this though. Hide it below the shading. We have that as a base shading. Now we go more into detail. I'm trying to be very loose with the shading as well because that was something that I was not. I kind of got stuck in details as well to feed the machine. So I'm trying to be a bit more loose here again. I'm kind of trying to figure out how the face structure would work. Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Ich spreche dann in dem Fall Deutsch für die Minute. Also 2 Sekunden. Ich stelle meinen Wecker. Verdammt für 1 Minute. Also, jetzt rede ich nur noch Deutsch. Oh, ich habe das Deutsch. Ja, ich rede erst. Ich habe erst jetzt gesehen, dass es Sprechen Sie Deutsch ist. Deine Deutsch. Ja, ich spreche Deutsch. So ist es. Ich finde es immer lustig, weil ich habe so einen englischen Akzent, wenn ich so lange schon Englisch geredet habe und jetzt plötzlich Deutsch reden muss. Ich habe so einen englischen Akzent in meinem Deutsch. Und ich merke es dann immer so von wegen, vor allem wenn ich dann die Streams nachschaue. Ich finde es schon ziemlich krass. Also ich klinge nicht normalerweise so englisch, wenn ich Deutsch rede. Ah, alle wünschen, sie könnten. Ich glaube, momentan ich weiß gar nicht, ob Nini noch da ist, aber momentan, wenn Nini nicht mehr da ist, haben wir niemand da kann mich da niemand verstehen. Und das finde ich immer lustig. Doch, nie, du bist da. Die haben, die kein Deutsch verstehen, absolut. Manchmal bin ich allein und ich rede mit mir selber. Aber so ist es. And there's the timer. That's the channel point redemption. I need to speak German for a minute. Sprechen Sie Deutsch? And so I did. Badum, badum. Okay. Dude's really sad. I feel like the proportions are kind of whack. But that's fine. Leaves are all pointing upwards, references needed. What? Leaves are all pointing upwards, reference. What? Too short? Yeah, the Sprechen Sie Deutsch is just 1 minute long. The minute is over quickly. Boop, boop, boop. Bro lost his bad boy from another mother. True. Bad brother from another mother. Bad boy brother. Yeah. Say something while the leaves are up. Okay. Yeah. I did not remember that. That was completely out of context for me. That's why it confused me. Okay. I think his arm here should... I'm trying to do like bigger shape language when it comes to shading. I don't think I'm doing a very good job of it here. It feels a bit muddy. But you know what? They can't all be a winner. In all the senses. I'm enjoying the process we're doing on it now. Keep zooming out to kind of like get a feel for the entire image as a whole. I don't know if we do a soft glow of purple because the secret scroll is from the Watchers still. How layering texture, how do you put textures picture? You wish you had a brain that understands how layering textures work. How do you put textures picture over the scene with layers? Is it hard? How you put textures picture over the scene with layers? You're gonna have to rephrase that question, my dude. I don't quite understand. I'm gonna set up straight for posture check. What do you think my best animatic moment is? Art quality and interpretation? That would have to be Skiz's death scene in Limited Life Battle Cry. When Skiz, it was the I will fight for you, I will die for you. Because that, as soon as that moment happened in Limited Life, I already knew that I was going to be doing Battle Cry as a song for this animatic, and I was kind of planning it out in my head while it was happening. Did you put a texture in the art using layers? Yes. How did I do it? So there's this thing called clipping mask, and that's with this little arrow. So if I click on my layer, there's this thing called clipping mask here that I'm activating and deactivating. Every single digital drawing program has that. And that means that I can only draw in the areas that the layer below it is there. I have a brush that is very textured. This brush called Marilla. It has a lot of texture to it. And also I am using a dark purple and I'm on a multiply layer. If I weren't, then it would just look like one color. But if I go onto a multiply layer, it will kind of add a darkness, a shading to the layer below it. That's what multiply does. So that's how I do textures in that sense, if that's what you're asking. It's the moment right before that where it's flashing through the confessions. That's kind of like there's a build up to it, but I honestly, when we got to the moment of drawing Tango and Impulse, when that happened, I just immediately had this image in my head and I knew exactly what point of the animatic I wanted it to happen. So literally the rest of the animatic is kind of a build up to that moment, because I had that moment placed because I wanted that to be the like very quiet, because otherwise that the song is very high energy, right? But that moment is very quiet, where it's mainly just his voice and very few instruments, if any instruments at all. I can't quite remember. But I wanted that moment to be that moment because it was a quiet moment that they shared. And so the rest of the animatic was kind of like, right, how can I lead up to this moment? And what moments can I fit in the animatic to lead up to that? And when I was drawing the animatic itself, so when I was drawing that frame itself, I cried. I cried sketching it out. I cried drawing Tango and Impulse. And I cried when I was editing it. I'm going to do an overlay layer here because I think that might look better than this multiply. And if I'm doing a multiply, I'm going to do a bit of a pink one. And I cried editing it, so I've never done that before. I've never cried drawing or editing something before. And it was really special, a special moment. And I haven't cried since drawing something. I haven't cried since that moment while drawing something, so yeah. definitely a rare moment, and I realised that because that hit hard for me as well, basically. I know a lot of people have that moment and it hits hard for them, but guys, I stared at that frame for hours with like tears streaming down my eyes, so like, believe me, it hit me harder than it hit all of you. Because I was the one who had to draw it, and I was crying the whole time. You don't know what type of textures there are. It's whatever textures you want. It's your brush that you use is what gives you textures that you're looking for. I use Murilla, which is the default brush on Procreate, and I use Eagle Hawk, but like an edited version of that for textures. They're both Eagle Hawk, as in M-O-O, Rilla. Look for them on Procreate and have a fiddle with them because those are the brushes that I use. If you don't have Procreate, then I'm afraid I can't help you. I don't know like Paint Tool, equivalents or other program equivalents. Maybe you can find them and download them. But yes, that's it. It mainly depends on your brushes and the way you use your brushes, like the pressure that you have. I like the idea of like the rest of Jimmy here kind of merging into the purple. Bye, Fries. Have a wonderful rest of your day, my dude. Honestly, Matsy, I am like streamer brain. I've been live for a couple hours now. I've been live for 3 hours now, so streamer brain is probably hitting in, and you're probably making perfect sense, and I'm just kind of like, brain not braining. But even this beats Battlecry in quality. You think Battlecry will always be your favourite, which is the same for the actual season. Both Last Life and Secret Life are better. Limited Life is your favourite. Better, like the animatics are better or the series are better, even though the other one's your favourite? You're saying objectively? Do you have Procreate? Oh, yeah, sorry, Mazzy. You confused me, my dude. Hold on, you changed your name halfway through stream. You confused me. Oh my gosh. Because when you change your name, your colour changed as well, so I had no reference. I do remember. Oh no, you're on your phone now, so you got 2 different accounts. I am so confused. iPad died. Oh, shame. Bum bum bada bum 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 bum. How are we feeling on the shading here? I'm thinking Jimmy needs to be in there. Maybe. I can't remember how I used to draw ghosts. He's a bit dark, isn't he? You like that? Isn't he a bit too dark though? Now keep that. Hold on. If I were to... No, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. And if I were to do a bit something like this. Because what I do want is I kind of want like him smudging out. I don't quite know how to convey this. It's been a hot minute since I did ghosties. Holy ghosts, come out to play. Come out to play. Come out to play. But I kind of want him, looks like something otherworldly. That's the whole idea of this, that he's kind of like fading away. Because if I were to do like a straight line here, that's way too bright, right? But I'm thinking I added like a bit of highlightage just to kind of like show that he's glowing a bit. So I do like how deep the blues are at the edge from the shading. How do I usually do ghosts, guys? Oh, you know what? I think this will help. This will help a lot. This is what I do to ghosts. This is what I do to ghosts. Makes them less corporeal. Jimmy's now the watcher instead of Grian. Ooh. And then what we can do is to kind of signify, yes, this is definitely Jimmy. Maybe that's... kind of have a couple of feathers dancing around him. Does this look like? Like this? Or was that too much? Grab Ren from the previous animatic as reference. Ren wasn't exactly a ghost. If I were to grab a reference, I think I'd grab Bigby from Double Life. Because then we had like, again, another person in there. Again, Grian mourning his fallen friends. I think it's something very... I think we did something very similar with Bigby. Are these feathers too much? Do we like the feathers? Feathers yes, feathers no. Too many feathers? Is there lines between the feathers, yes or no? I don't know. Is it too on the nose to have a feather? This sad boy. I'm trying to convey that these feathers are kind of swirling around his arm. Because that will then make it better. Is it going to be the yellow feather he sees when Grian turns? That's kind of my thought. That's literally what I was going to say. It's kind of like narratively has us going on with that feather, right? Do I actually have a canary feather yellow? Or do I just use... I don't know what I use. I'm going to quickly grab from... so that we have the same canary feather yellow that we had here. Oh no, I did a bloom on it, didn't I? Ah. Annoying. We did do a bloom. Was this colour similar? It is not. It'd be funny if it was Tango's hair that I used as a canary feather colour. This colour? It is. Cool. Cool. Boop. Back we go. Right. Still seeing Jimmy tripping on his own shoe while pushing TD Minecraft and Battle Cry. That was also something that I really enjoyed because you had like the really sad moment of Skiz sacrificing himself, and then like right afterwards you have Jimmy tripping over his shoelace. We've kind of got the dichotomy there of, yes, this is there's a lot of serious moments in this animatic, but there's also some really fun ones. Like if it were just doom and gloom, then I don't think like it would work as well. Because I'm not really a fan of series and stuff, you know, Game of Thrones kind of thing, where it's just drama, just sad. Okay, I haven't watched Game of Thrones, I can't really judge that well, but from the way that it looked to me. Is that how that works? Oh yes, it is, I guess. Oh, yes, it is. Both of them dying at the same time. I'm just going to quickly switch on my light because it's gotten dark in here. The ghosts are scary. Whoop. Whoop. That's a bright light. That's a real bright light. Doop-a-doop. But yeah, I always want some like joy to be there, to be shown, even though a lot of these are very sad and dramatic, but there always has to be like some sort of humor in it, I find. Right, let's make this colored. I'm gonna shade these like the exact same way that I shaded the feathers in the other one in Feed the Machine. Need a better color here. That's a better color. There we go. What does PWHAU mean? What fandom's that? Because my brain was for some reason Percy Jackson, but no, there's no J in there. PJ. Oh, like a ghost and canary staying on the scroll. I think that'd be fun, wouldn't it? I mean, I'm not taking this frame super seriously because it's not necessarily gonna end up in an animatic. That's the whole point of this stream, is kind of like, you know, drawing frames that scenes that I like that could have ended up in the animatic but didn't. Pale White Horse Alternative Universe. Is that a life series, AU? Because I feel like I've heard of that before, but what exactly is it? Is it a third FAU that is pure angst? Don't know if I could deal with that properly, to be honest. Right, these also have to be in overlay. And you know what we could do? Just for the cool effect. Doesn't help if we're alpha locked. Oh, actually, we could totally do that instead of this. Okay, hold on. Instead of this line here, we could just have like the slight indication of the blurred line. But we could kind of have these glowy bits. Kind of following the way of the canary. And my suggestion is we bloom these, but then make it overlay. I'm going to get rid of this line. Just kind of add a bit of sparkle to what's going on here. And then I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to just add a bit of sparkle to Jimmy as a whole here. Maybe some light blue. What if Scar died first and Green went insane? What does angst mean? Angst is like sad moments, kind of gone to the extreme. Like really, really making the most out of sad moments, like from a storytelling perspective. do we think of this? Mr. Jim Bob. Right, we're going to, that's Jimmy. I'm gonna have an add layer on here, but a very, very, very slight, very cautious add layer, just to add a bit of dynamics here, but I don't want to overdo it. I think that's already enough, already enough. Time to add that to your vocabulary of words when you start storytelling. No neck Jimmy. Well, there, the headless ghost, eh? That's how he avoids the neck kisses. Right? Just not have a neck. Oh, if you don't, oh gosh, if that sounds weird if people don't know what neck. What have you missed? Oh, you missed a lot. Joel enjoys neck kisses apparently. This comes from his own mouth. Not the neck kisses. Not the neck kisses. I think so. I think I need someone else here to explain the neck kisses, not me. I can't do it. Oh wait, we were doing blue highlights at the end, weren't we? I kind of like the yellow as well. We'll do a mix of both. Because with like blue highlights is very cold and sad, emotionless, right? But like warm highlights, yellow highlights, give warmth and happiness and familiarity. Bye, okay. Have a wonderful rest of your day, my dude. I like the idea of kind of like Jimmy's hand. Kind of really casting quite the glow on his shoulder here. Okay, there we go. I think I'm happy with the highlights. There we go. Do you remember when Jimmy and Joel talked about making out in real life? Yeah, it's kind of like a similar vein to how we got to this subject. Oh my gosh. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bit of like highlights to this side of Grian's face as well, just to keep him separate from the background. Because right now he's kind of merging into the background, and I will fiddle and change that when it comes to colouring in the line art, but it'll be good to do it a bit now. Looks a little bit muddy. The void IB is that one. Trying to picture IRL neck kisses. Do you just look up in the air and someone who bends down to put... Imagine like a vampire bite. Imagine like how a vampire would bite you, but instead of it being a bite, it's a kiss. That's how I imagine neck kisses. You hate bees? No, bees are the best. Love bees. Bees are my whole brain, my whole shtick. I am wearing bee socks right now. I have bees on my socks. Cool. I think that's where we leave Grian at the moment. I'm going to, I think, colour him in with purple line art. Because there's just something missing between the orange and the blue. I need like a color bridge for them. Beautiful Joel Vampire AU. I could see that. I could see that. Actually, a really cool vampire and werewolf AU. That's being uploaded to AO3 at the moment. That's kind of like my watch, my go-to read. Is I think called Teeth. I can't remember who it's by. But if I open up AO3, then maybe it'll show me my bookmarks. It will not show me, but it's it's tango centric. If you go for the third life tag, oh, are we gone? Connecting to chat. Hello. Huh. Did we lose chat for a second? I'd have to log into AO3 again, but there's a really good one that I'm enjoying reading at the moment that's coming out. If you know it, you know it. Ba-dum. Cracked your neck, it does feel good. Oof. I can hear that. Don't like it. It's an awful sound. Right, so giving green some definition in his hair here is probably not a bad idea. Give him all these yellowish highlights. I think his head's too big. I think that's kind of my issue with this. Maybe make his body bigger. But his head's definitely too big, I think. And then we do... definitely lighter blue. Thing is, orange and blue are complementary colors, so this is going to look muddy anyway. If we have blue and orange, maybe we do try and get a bridge over with a bit of pink in here. Because I think my issue is it's looking a bit muddy. It's very dark. I kind of like it. I think I could definitely, do better. But you could always do better. I might do some fiddling on this off stream. But I might also not. I might just leave it where it is. Because... Green's right arm is atomically incorrect. To be fair, his hand does just disappear. That has just made me realise that I kind of did ignore this arm. So we should just, make his arm go down this way. And then colour that in. That has just made me realise it's something that is actually anatomically incorrect. Ooh, alpha lock. So that's probably better. I think. Yeah. Cool. Anyway. I think that's a frame. It's an animatic frame, isn't it? Very dark. Not as dark as I was originally thinking it should be. But I like it. I like the things it's gone. Green's hand is a Hydra with two hands. Huh? It means holding the thing with just his left hand. Because his right hand's just going down. Yeah, maybe. But I can feel my voice going, so I might fiddle with this off stream like I said, but I might also not. Because I'm happy with how we got an entire I didn't think I could do this, guys. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think from concept. Hydrate, I shall hydrate. I didn't think from concept to deciding what we're gonna draw to figuring out some composition, to sketch, to line art, to colouring, to everything. I didn't think we could do that in one stream. So I'm actually very happy with what we've done. That's really quite cool. I obviously have to add some highlights to Green's eye. But that be it. Shadows on green might be a bit overdone. You think? Potentially. There's potentially too many layers to it. But I think, you see, I'm coming from the perspective of I could definitely add more definition to this, which I am right now. But I want to make sure that the shapes are clear, and you can kind of do that mostly with the shadows. Because when you zoom out, I want it to be clear what's going on. But we started out with a prediction and now ended up with an emoji task. Exactly. But this is it. This is the frame that we've landed on. And this totally could have been an animatic frame, especially with kind of like the approach that I am taking to, or have so far taken to this animatic. Is just kind of, do a bit more loose. Less is more. Not stressing on the details like I did for Feed the Machine, because I definitely overdid that. Yeah. I think I'm going to leave it there, guys. This is the drawing that we did today. Should we do the time-lapse replay of this drawing? I'm very happy with the concept that we could come up with together. This was fun. I really enjoyed this. I want to continue this. If you guys are up for watching it, I want to continue this series and maybe draw some of the other scenes that didn't make the poll kind of thing, or well, that made the poll but didn't win the poll. So that was really cool. If you guys are up for watching it, are the tasks secretly emojis? Maybe all of them are actually just an emoji, just emojis. What would bring the warden to the surface, or the warden versus Wither? Would you have like, what would a warden be, like a bear? But like not a bear, maybe like a mute audio with a bear to be the warden, maybe something cyan to be a warden, and then like a skeleton and then a black, or 3 skeleton heads, the Wither, and have like a VS. That's what was on Green and Etho's task. And then like the side quest is trying to interpret trying to interpret what the tasks mean. Oh, that would be fun. There we had the German side thing. But yeah. Oh, the ghost. I'm a ghost. I gotta say, I think a purple background totally would have worked. Totally would have worked. I can't speak anymore. I think this is just it. We're done. we clock out at 3.5 hours, which is a long stream to be fair. But yeah, 2 swords colliding between them. That's it. That's the one. Oh, I love the idea that canonically all tasks are just a row of emojis. That's fun. Posture check, thank you. I sit up straight. I saw the posture check a bit ago, and I've already scrunched down again. But yeah, that's it. There we go. There we go. How long have we had on this piece specifically? Canvas information. 2 hours and 7 minutes of time spent touching the screen. That be us. There we go. I'm going to send you guys over to this screen, and I'm going to start saying bye. I think we can definitely continue that series. And we can also definitely, I think, work on the, maybe fiddle around with a Stardew Valley AU, or fiddle around with or continue fiddling around with my Avatar The Last Airbender AU, which isn't the same as Hawk's AU, by the way. I had a completely separate AU before I nosedived into Hawk's AU. And I still have that story planned out for that AU, which I'm actually still quite passionate about. Who knows? Who knows? Uni starts in less than a month. I got an exam to write. We have all these creative projects and 0 time to do them, but we'll see which ones get done and which ones get chosen. I will bring this animatic, as unfinished as it is, I will finish all the frames that I plan to do, and then I will edit it together and bring you guys this animatic to Eleanor Rigby as a second part of Secret Life. It won't be finished because I'm going to spend that time working on projects I'm more passionate about. That's just the way that it works sometimes, and I do apologize if I have disappointed anyone there. It's just sometimes the way that the world works. But otherwise than that, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I had a wonderful time. I hope you did too. And I hope it's not going to be another 2 weeks before the next stream. I plan that not to be the case now that I am no longer in the closet. I'm out of the closet and ready to stream. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for hanging out. I will stream more often now. I think that's what we do. I think we're over the hurdle. I'm no longer nervous to start a stream to give you guys the quote-unquote bad news of not finishing the animatic. So we can just, move on from that and see what other creative projects pop up for us to work on together, potentially, depending on the project. Otherwise, it'll be a case of me presenting the lovely projects to you. Anyway, that's all that I have to say. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out. I had a wonderful time. I hope you did too. And all that is left is for me to send you off into the void that is the internet. Thank you guys, and goodbye.